Hey everybody, welcome back. I am Pseudo. We're going to be doing some Mirage nonsense tonight. If you didn't know, there was a big balance patch yesterday for good or for ill. Check it out. Go check out my post on it on the forums. Not super jazzed about it. I think I actually put up a compilation I was saving for later, but timing was right, about all the Bladesworn changes and how questionable they are. But we can talk about that a little bit, although I don't really want to focus on it tonight. I want to focus on Mirage. You probably won't see a lot of Bladesworn or Berserker from me going forward till something really substantial happens for the class. It's I don't have positive words for it, so we'll just leave it at that. But there's plenty of other things we can play and try out, so let's focus on Mirage. We're going to be having some fun. Jump in, check it out, have fun. If you didn't know, I am Pseudo. I do lots of build crafting, theory crafting videos, and giveaways lately. Shout out to all the new people we had winning codes and such. That was a lot of fun on the giveaway that we did on Monday. I'm really glad a lot of new people seem to win the codes. Also, shout out to some guy for being an excellent moderator. As well as everyone who helped out, jumped in, and all my regulars. Thank you for, I guess, at least being interested in build crafting. It's something I'm really passionate about, and I'm glad to do my part to try to get people into it. So let's look at our builds for tonight. This is stuff I've been cooking for a little bit. I was actually working on these before the patch came out, thanks to the preview. Actually, we can pull that up. I'm going to roll the intro, do a little bit of prep, and then we'll jump right into Mirage nonsense and how it works with a lot of the new relics.
It's all out of control.
Love that every time. All right, so here are our builds for tonight. I have two of them. The new relics are not in the builder yet, but we will make do. So one of them revolves around actually removing boons. And when I say removing boons, I actually don't mean removing boons from your enemy, although there is a variant for that. This actually revolves around a relic that I forget the name of. It's like NY something. GW2. It's one of the newer ones. Basically, whenever you remove boons from anything, which is the key part of this, you gain a stack of Nyos' Hunger. And the key point of this, you would think it would be good on something like a Spellbreaker or whatever, but it's actually really good on variants of Mirage because they even fixed... It didn't originally work this way on... What's up, Kashima? Welcome back. Yeah, send help to Warrior. But it originally didn't work on Mirage. It only worked on Virtuoso, and then they updated it so that this interaction actually works on all forms of Mesmer, including Mirage and Chronomancer and base Mesmer. So what this does is it actually works with this Relic of Nyos, or Norris, right? And you gain stacks of Norris' Hunger every interval, so it's every 3 seconds, I believe. And when you remove boons from enemies. Fun fact, for whatever reason... This is not correct. You don't just gain stacks of this when you remove boons from enemies. You gain stacks when you remove boons from anything. And for now, at least, they actually changed this so that it works with this wonderful trait, persistence of memory. So when a phantasm becomes a clone, or in Virtuoso's case, a dagger, it actually transfers whatever boons it has to you, which counts as removing a boon, which is ridiculous. Granted, this has a internal cooldown of 1/4 seconds, so one phantasm can't generate 2 stacks of this, but that's crazy for the amount of boon removal that it has. You pair this with a sigil of nullification or anything else that removes boons, you're going to be having a good time. So we're going to be testing this out. The other build we have for tonight is full Trailblazer. It runs on Demon Queen Relic, as I showed before, and we're going to be dazing and stunning people quite a lot. Yeah, if you missed the beginning, just shout out to Kashima what they wrote in chat. It's over for Warrior. It's over for now for Warrior. Bladesworn got pretty dumpstered. There's lots of reasons. Again, go check out the forums or Reddit. I tried to make a consistent, arenanet asks for feedback, and I don't want to get into it too much, but I took a day yesterday to just sort of breathe, compile my thoughts, and I want to be able to give them constructive feedback because I feel like that's the only way they're going to listen to us. But at the same time, I'm a little frustrated because, like many people, I feel like they don't actually listen to a lot of the constructive feedback, and a good example of this is how Dragon Slash 2 was changed. And we can talk about it a little bit We can talk about it a little bit going forward, but the more frustrating part, I think, just talking to my game design friend a little bit to sort of try to get a perspective on where arenanet's at with this, just to touch on it very briefly before we get into roaming and such. The problem with all of this is that this preview wasn't in the patch notes, and they communicate incredibly poorly to us when they do the preview streams when they're talking about Warrior. And they can't even, if they can't even take Warrior seriously when they're doing the preview streams, enough to let us know that Bladesworn fundamentally is going to be, things like Bladesworn, I shouldn't just say only Bladesworn, are going to be fundamentally changed to the point of already having 5 conflicting systems. Again, go check my forums on, or the post on Reddit. It's on the top page. It's been on the top page forever. It's pretty much all of my experience over the last 2 years compiled on Bladesworn into one to try to give them something that they could do very simply to fix these classes. There's millions of suggestions. I will work with you, arenanet, if you're listening on this. There's lots of people who are really passionate about this class and want to see it not be a trash can, but if you are not going to tell us why you make changes that fundamentally don't make this much sense and we can't adapt to in other ways, you know, other than they just want us to use Dragon/1 and 3 instead of the 2, to the point where the 2 is just unusable because they basically added lag to it that you can't even compensate for it with quickness because it's not an extension of the cast time. It's an extension of the delay when you push Dragon Trigger 2. Again, go read the patch notes if you don't know what I'm talking about. There's going to be all I say on the topic, but if you don't tell us why, it just feels like you're disrespecting us. And if you don't take the warrior or thief or engineer or elementalist or whatever it is sections of your balance preview seriously and don't include these things, it feels like you're disrespecting us even more. So I would rather have, honestly, I like the communication, but personally I would rather have no communication than this, because this feels worse. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's a very emotional response. I understand that. That's why I don't want to spend the whole stream focused on it. I want to channel my energy into doing push-ups and positive energy, so let's channel that into some Mirage nonsense. Again, if you didn't know, hi, I'm Pseudo. I do lots of warrior complaining, as you can tell, as well as lots of build videos going forward, so let's go be positive. Let's run around the Borderlands, and shout out to everyone who's going to jump in, hang out, and give us your feedback in the chat. Again, if you have a comment on this, go hit up the forums, go hit up Reddit. Let them know. Maybe it will get enough. You know, you don't have to agree with me. Just write something constructive. Add your 2 cents. Your perspective as a player matters a lot more than you think it does. Because if arenanet doesn't have any players, they're not going to get any feedback. And if they don't get any feedback, they're not going to have any players. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's all we can do. But let's jump into Mirage for tonight. I believe I have both of these relics unlocked. Let's go figure it out. I know I already have a Demon Queen build set up. Sea Monster, my friend, who occasionally joins me for podcasts and whatnot, may be joining, and he may be asleep, so we shall see. Hey, Kashimo, what's up? How is your post-patch nonsense going? How are you doing? Chilling? Yeah, Bladesworn in the trash can? Yep. Hopefully it gives them some... I mean, I try to be optimistic. Hopefully it gives them some design space to really iterate on the class and hopefully just completely rework it entirely. I was trying to actually go over this when I was talking to my friend who does similar game dev. I didn't want to put him on the spot and record a podcast with it or anything. I was just trying to channel my energy into some kind of feedback somewhere and understand, because that's all I can really do as a player, why they do this after I've invested, 2 years of my life trying to figure out why arenanet does what they do and work around their baffling changes. He couldn't figure it out either, at least from a balance perspective. Because you don't want to remove fun. You could have just... There's lots of ways they could have changed it. They could have made Dragon Trigger 2 go less far, do less damage. The way they changed it doesn't even fix the tracking problem. It just basically, they added lag to the skill, which doesn't feel good for anybody. It doesn't add counterplay, it just feels bad. This is the Infernal Envoy Scythe. I believe it's from the Demon pack that you had when the Cryptus world came out. I'm still waiting, reading it on a more positive rainbow note. I'm still waiting for a rainbow disco scythe. I'd really like one. That would be awesome. So, ideas. Free idea. There's one for you. Let's get these builds going. Yeah, she's kind of a rainbow disco lady, though, so I don't know how I feel. Darn it, it didn't keep my dies. Did it keep my dies in-game? I always wonder if it does, and it just doesn't load. Well, No, it didn't. Sometimes you have to refresh this. Got some different rock music going here. Yeah, I can't figure it out either, man. I don't know what's up with it. It's very, very odd. Yeah, Staff Warrior looks good. The numbers are a little bit juiced on it, in my opinion, but it seems very playable. The biggest problem I have with it, we could do beta characters a little bit. I actually wanted to talk with Sea Monster about that, but he's not here tonight. I think he's sleeping, which is understandable. It's pretty late for some people. The biggest problem I have with Staff on Warrior is, I wrote this on the forums, or on Reddit under my Bladesworn post, I think. They leveraged all of the major healing, the on-demand healing that you don't have to channel for, onto the F1, which doesn't make sense for the best support in the game, or the support warrior build in the game, which is Bladesworn, because they don't get an F1. So it, you know, whatever. You can play whatever you want and whatever support you want, except if you're a warrior. Or a thief, honestly. So, we'll, you know, they got 2 months, 3 months, 4 months to fix it. We'll see how it goes, how it be, how it do. I'm not doom and glooming. I'm still playing Guild Wars. I'm cautiously optimistic as always, but my favorite class is pretty much in a trash can right now, and that, you know, that's okay. I don't need to have Bladesworn to have fun in this game. Where are we at? Sorry, I need to pull up my build again on my end. Yeah, if you are leaving feedback, I will add, just, you know, try to be positive, try to be constructive with it. Just, arenanet, you know, these people need to get fired. These people calling whatever happened with the warrior quickness banner thing, not productive. Don't do that. You know, first pass at that, not great. But also, people were calling the hardquarters, and I don't think anyone in my community would be that colossally stupid, but don't be that colossally stupid. It doesn't add anything. Yeah, it proved you wrong, Staff. We'll see. I think that's the charge is very, the 3 on the charge is very underwhelming right now. It also doesn't add the correct amount of unblockable stacks. So I don't know how that's gonna do. Honestly, Maddie, I'm doing okay. I don't need, you know, one thing to validate my existence, and I talked to my game design friend to sort of try to get some perspective on it. Which helped a lot, honestly. What, where's the relic that I need for this? I don't have any relics on this lady. And from a game design perspective, it doesn't really, it did what they wanted to do, probably, right? Because we didn't get any rationale for it in the preview stream, because it wasn't in the preview stream, the Bladesworn changes. So it probably did what they want to do, whereas you're going to use Blades, you know, Dragon Trigger 1 and 3 more. But the way it did that, by actively removing fun from the player, is psychologically, in his words, one of the worst things that I don't have it unlocked. Oh no. Psychologically, one of the worst things you can do for a video game. They should have added fun to the 1 and the 3 instead of removing it from the 2. They could have made the 2 go less far or do less damage or whatever. And to be fair, those were my suggestions, but, you know, it's whatever. I made the colossal mistake of thinking in my head that, wow, Bladesworn's Dragon Trigger boost still feels good to use, and that's my bad, and I understand that, and I have to accept that. Hey, Sudev, what's up? I mean, there's other stuff. It's okay. It's gonna be what it do, and what it do is Guild Wars balance, and Guild Wars balance is a baffling landmine of nonsense. It's, you gotta take the good with the bad. It's, or the bad with the good in this case. It's, it is what it is. I don't want to drink that haterade. It's not productive. I'm not saying you guys are. I'm just saying, you know, it's where I've been for the past 2 days, and I've just been like, huh, well, that kind of kicks everything I've been working on it for 2 years in the head. I guess I'm truly done with Bladesworn for a while until they do some really actually meaningful reworks to it, right? Cal wants me to play Ellie. I can Theorycraft an Elementalist. I don't care. 19 new skills, man. Looks great. Feels great. Where's the stupid trait? Thank God. So I want to, I'm more, yeah, it's what Kashima wrote, like in what I mentioned earlier. It's just, it feels bad, and you have to separate the emotional response from the logical response, but it feels bad because they didn't give us any rationale for it, right? And they didn't even take it seriously enough to go through it in the preview stream. So they either knew people were going to react negatively and then completely dumpstered Bladesworn, or like the one functional part of it, or they were last minute changes by somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. That's the only other option, because it doesn't effectively do what they are trying to do. It's odd. Yeah, they're doing a beta for the new weapons, Zudev. Any progress you earn on those characters will not carry over, but you are more than welcome to give it a shot and try some of the weapons. Like, Warrior gets staff, Thief gets axe, Ellie gets pistol. What are we running on this? Axe torch. Makes sense. Yeah. Trash can, Bladesworn, or Gunsaber in a trash can. It's been like that for a while, but now honestly, at least it's affecting PvE, so maybe we'll get some changes or some eyes on it. Who knows? And maybe not. Maybe I'll just, play Elementalist or Mesmer or whatever other games for a while. It is what it is. There's literally, they took the last functional part of Bladesworn's kit and it is no longer playable. Honestly, the stun thing needed to go, but I think Unyielding Dragon was too overloaded, and that's an unpopular opinion, but also I'm biased and I didn't use that trait, so take from that what you will. I think Guy's opinion on it would be much more valid, and his opinion is it ruined setups for Bladesworn because now it has nothing, or no stuns. And I understand the fear of like where it probably did, the change probably came from, and that fear probably has to do with the fact that they put heightened focus into the game, and sort of combining the functionality of Daring Dragon with something that can reset your skills and you can do unblockable 2.5-second stuns is really dangerous. But the problem with that is, again, all the problems I wrote with heightened focus, and the most notable of that is it's basically unusable in its current state outside of PvE. So, and also you have to give up either discipline or defense or arms for it. So that's that. But we're looking at Mirage tonight. But if you guys want to talk about it, yeah, I'm down. So Unyielding Dragon was in a decent spot. I honestly think Unyielding Dragon had too much, but that's, again, my perspective, and I don't use it, so mine's not really valid. I think that removing the stun affords them more design space to add something back to it, but I also don't think that they will do that. But I mean, again, if you guys haven't seen it, I guess I'll link it once. While we listen to Electric Callboy here. If you haven't seen it, I tried to be as constructive as I could, as positive as I could. Hopefully, get some eyes on the problem. But this is probably the last Bladesworn post I'm going to make for a while, because it has all of my thoughts from the last 2 years of playing in the game with examples. Go check this out if you haven't seen it. It's the amount, and I went over this with my friend and in the video and in the other video and in the other video. The problem with Bladesworn is it has like 8 competing systems that don't work with each other, between explosions, ammunition, armaments, flow instead of adrenaline, 8-second cooldown on dragon triggers so it can't do damage, but it has to have 8 seconds because all of Warrior's power is leveraged onto burst skills, and then converting flow into bullets, and then also tactical reload balance. They all pull in different directions, so it's basically impossible to balance any of this. And if you don't have an understanding of what makes the class feel good to play in the current state it is, i.e., how Dragon Trigger Boost could be nerfed effectively in order to get you to use the other 2 skills while remaining functional, you're going to end up with changes like what we got, in my opinion. And again, my opinion is only my opinion. It is not fact. There's a big difference, so take from it what you will. We are running Cleansing. Well, we're going to do some Condi tonight. It's going to be fun. How I used to play is Condi Mirage, so, You know, some people out there may hate me, but we're going full Trailblazer on one of these builds, and it's going to be awful. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be a thing that we are doing. Again, I showed the builds at the beginning of the stream. I will put them as soon as I update the video. But we'll see how it does. We're going to be running Demon Queen for one of these builds, as well as Norris? Norris, I think is how you pronounce it. Cal said it on stream. Norris for the other one. So we shall see how this plays. Frail. I really should have listened to the poll on my channel and gone with the Arene staff, but we got a Bifrost and I'm not going back. So here we are. Dagger. This is dagger, sword, I believe, for this build. Yes. We need a better other legendary. Shining blade, I think. There we go. But yeah, go check out the post if you haven't seen it. Maybe throw it an upvote if it's something you agree with. Maybe throw it a downvote if it's something you don't agree with, etc. I don't want to try to... One big problem I have with streaming in general, and one of the reasons I don't want to do it, is I don't enjoy streamers who try to weaponize their communities to just agree with them, right? I don't want to have that kind of monetized friendship, which is one of the reasons I don't monetize any of my stuff, and also because I don't think that's healthy to just sort of agree with somebody without thinking about it. So, you know, read through it if it's something you're interested in. I tried to be as clear as I could based on my experience and my testing. I cite pretty much everything I've ever run into, but basically the TLDR is at the top, and that is until the reason they nerfed Bladesworn is because it was a problem in PvP last season. And the only reason it was a problem in PvP last season is because MetaBattle said it was a problem in PvP last season. And MetaBattle is only updated when an EU team wins a tournament. And the thing with that, and why that's dangerous, is as the season went on, it really wasn't... Bladesworn really wasn't a problem, but what it had was sustain. However, none of these changes address Bladesworn's insane sustain that it had. And again, this smacks of last-minute changes, just like the Daring Dragon thing to add Alacrity, in order to... They looked at the most used skills, they found Dragon Trigger Boost, and they put a 0.25 second delay on it, in addition to what it already had. So it not only feels different from the 1 and the 3, they basically just added lag, and because of how Dragon Trigger works, you still continue tracking your target, so it doesn't actually fix the problem of nerfing the skill. It just makes it more annoying and less fun to use from a player perspective, which is, in my opinion, not how you would change something. And from a psychology perspective, which is what I majored in, at least, not healthy. But, you agree with me without thinking about it? There we go. That's the kind of support I like. No, it's go read it, go think through it. I put a lot of effort into this post. I put obviously a lot of effort into trying to make constructive videos. I mean, again, I use this as an outlet, and I try to stream for people who enjoy it, buildcraft for people who enjoy it, and I try to give constructive feedback because that's what arenanet says they want. Whether or not they read it, that's up to them. Whether or not they agree with it, that's a different story. So we'll see what comes of all of this. Maybe Bladesworn will stay tragically in a trash can until the game dies, but again, I can play Ellie, I can play Mesmer, I can play other things. It does not need to be the one thing to rule them all, and honestly, it hasn't ever been. The shout reloading was stupid. I thought the shout reloading was stupid when it was in the game. I didn't play it, and tactical reload needs to be Dragon Trigger, and then they need to completely rework it. The problem with pistol mechanists that you're going to run into, Sudev, is everything in their cat has reflex and projectile blocks right now. So unless you're running something extremely tanky, like Celestial or Trailblazer's gear, and have a lot of immobilize, which is what you could focus on, I don't know how you're going to get your kills. I think it might work if you could jank it a lot better in PvP, but I also know that Mechanist has been nothing but dumpstered in PvP since it came out, so I would be real careful. You'd have to think a lot, is my guess with that. someone else may be able to answer that a little bit better than I can. Also, I want to mention, I do have more heroic codes. I have just a crap load that I did not manage to give out on stream on Monday, as well as one more. Well, we'll just stick to the heroic codes for now, and then we'll start doing gold again next week. I don't want to go too poor too fast, but need to save some stuff for some events I have in the future. But yeah, thank you to everybody who joined. It's a lot of fun for me. I really enjoyed putting something together. And let's get into some roaming. Yeah, it's Celestial. You can switch the flamethrower. So you're taking the flamethrower trait that gives you stability. The flamethrower trait that gives you stab is going to be really good if you need to stomp something, right? There's one on the forums too, Kashima. I guess I'll link that for people who have a Guild Wars 2 account and don't have a what's it called? A Reddit account like Guy. But you know, all I can do is provide feedback, and maybe they'll listen to it or one day take it seriously. It's not all warrior players, Maddie. Spellbreaker's fine. Spellbreaker didn't get touched. If anything, Spellbreaker. So Kashima, what does heightened focus refresh on Spellbreaker? I was actually wondering this while I finish off these builds for tonight. Is it? Yeah, I'm assuming it's a regular burst skill, because even though it currently in the game right now, heightened focus actually refreshes berserk mode, which is very funny and probably unintended. It's supposed to refresh the F1. So I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if heightened focus just goes away, like in its current iteration. But yeah, if you're listening out there, arenanet, I'm interested to see where you're going with this. It's gonna be an adventure. Norris and Demon Queen? Demon Queen. There we go. I knew something was off. I'm very, very interested to see where the game's going. It's gonna be an adventure, chat. So we can all ride together. Right. We're good there. We're good there. If you didn't know, I run this extremely expensive food that doesn't show up in World vs. World on my Mirage builds. For better or worse, it's one of the only ways to get actual swiftness, so that's why I do that. I've had a couple of people ask me. And let's try out the first build first. So again, I will explain these. I will put them up in chat. Let's find this again. Okay, Firefox, go. So, these builds. This is what we're going to try out tonight. This is some stuff that I came up with. We have a... ooh, I did not put in the right trait for that. I'll have to change it. So, we have a Relic of Norris, right? I can't show it on here, but you gain stacks of this boon removal, and then whenever you give your clones or your phantasms boons, and they become clones, they give that boon to you, and that counts as boon removal. So we'll see if we can get a little bit more sustain that way. And Relic of the Demon Queen, self-explanatory, but we're going to be running it off of... where is it? Hold, please. This offhand sword skill, which has a 12-second cooldown, which is much less if you give yourself alacrity, which I can't do on this build, but it's whatever. But every time also I shatter, I might switch this up actually. I don't know if alacrity is going to be more important, or if actually gaining an ambush when I pop a signet is going to be more important. But we'll see. Probably that, because I will then... I'm not running Celestial on this variant, right? Yeah. So we'll stick with that. And let's go try it. I'm using carrying Mirage, but it does very fast. PvP is going to be hard right now because everything does really fast, and Mirage with carrying Amulet is just going to get one shot. I don't know how I feel about PvP, honestly. I think everything does quite a lot of damage right now. It's kind of hard to build around, so we'll see how that shakes out again with coming changes in the future. All right. I can show you an Axe Torch Mirage build that probably will not die very fast, though, since we're running one tonight. But let's get into it. That's enough of me talking. I appreciate the support. You know, moral support communities are good for what they are, and is what it is. We gotta remember there's other stuff to play, right? And that's definitely gonna be true forever. No. World versus World 1v1 or squad battle. I wouldn't use Carrion. I would look at Rabid, or Trailblazer, or Celestial. Tis what it is. We'll give out some heroic codes tonight as well, so if you're just joining and you're new or just want the armor set, that's totally fine. And let's go. So just to demonstrate this really quick, if this Moa doesn't insta-die. Hello, sir. If he wants to kill the Moa. You want to kill the Moa? Don't kill my Moa. So if I get into combat, I'm going to start accumulating these stacks of Norris that'll show up here in a second. Right here. The cool thing about this is if I summon this Phantasm, and then when it turns into a clone, it gives me an extra stack because it's technically transferring its, what's it called? Its boon to me, which counts as removing a boon, even though it says it only triggers when you remove a boon from enemies. So that's a thing. And let's go. Yeah, my build tonight actually on this class right now is full Celestial and its Axe Torch, so we'll see if they buffed Axe enough to be relevant or if it's still just gonna pale in comparison to Dagger. Costs 3 initiative, funds 2. Yeah, it's they need an NG and Thief and Warrior Dev. It is what it is. We maybe one day, right, Kashima? How's the audio sounding? How's the game looking on your end, chat? I forgot to test it before we started. Hopefully it looks good, sounds good. Looks good, sounds good. Ooh, that's a way too high bit rate. I'm gonna be tanking my download with that. Oop, gotta pull my chat back up. Minimized it. Looking at the game. Is fine, is fine. Hydrate. Agreed. Hello, sir. I'm really interested that they moved the Condi Cleanse trait in Illusions or Inspiration to a Grandmaster slot. The one downside of running this Relic of Norris on Mirage, actually, is that when you become Giant, it's a pretty big indicator of, hey, this is the Mirage, you should attack them. But also, that's just kind of like, you know, if you have all these extra buffs on your bar, like you should when you're World versus World roaming, if you want to get credit, it's already a pretty good indicator, so it is what it is. I was making a version of this for Spellbreaker right at the end of my workout too, but I realized I was spending too much time in the build editor and had to finish up the actual gym part of my workout, not the procrastination part. No, the clones don't get bigger. It's like, attack this one guy right here. This guy. It's very funny. At least they do in the PvP lobby. It might be different World versus World. The clones only inherit all your legendary garbage. I think the stacks go away when you're out of combat. Nope, they just go away if you don't get another stack, so that makes sense. That's how Adrenaline should work. Are you gonna claim this guy? I could use the extra 5 supply. Close Discord. I'm pretty sure Sea Monster fell asleep, which is probably more productive. Start hoarding for when it rolls around. It's a good idea. I dig it. If Maddie's right though, and they're only doing the ones that apply to the new expanded weapon proficiency, I don't know if that'll be worth it. Maybe wait one more reset, Kashima, and then start hoarding, right? Because if he's right, or if Maddie, you know, they're right, it's gonna be a thing, and Incinerator won't be, because I don't think anything's getting dagger. I could have imagined that though. One heal, Akmej plus 4 Guardian. Yeah, Guardian does a lot. Guardian is always, I mean, 5 Guardians can cover all the boons, right? Willbender can do Alacrity. There's another dude on Reddit, and shout out to them, called Obsolete Pixel, that seems to know as much about Guardian as I know about Bladesworn and Warrior, and they do great write-ups on that. There's a great write-up on Willbender and conditions and stuff. I dig it a lot. I was gonna say, I think you can with just the shout, right? Yeah, I was gonna say, I think even if you just take what's it called, the elite shout, and like, you know, 2% boon duration or something, it's enough. Yeah, Guardian's juiced. Yeah, feel my wrath. So let's see if they were gonna add things back to Bladesworn. Honestly, if they're not gonna get rid of or if they're not gonna revert the boost change, I'd rather they just add 1/4 of a delay to all of the slashes, and then just give it more mobility somewhere else if they don't want Dragon Trigger boost to be a mobility skill, which you can't use it for as anymore. Because you're just gonna, there's a bunch of posts about it on that thread, but you're just gonna get immobilized again. So if they don't want that to be a mobility skill, maybe we'll get an ammunition mobility skill or something. Trying to be constructive, trying to use my brain on this. Look at that alacrity range. It's too good. It's too good, chat. Gen 1 already down there. It's just probably back up a little bit because people are actually playing the video game right now. And we can look at the beta characters a little bit if you guys want. I did try out everything, and, you know, it's pretty much exactly how I thought it was going to feel. Ellie, fine. Ellie, great. Guardian, fine. Necromancer has the same problem that Bladesworn has, where the projectiles are ground-based and get caught on tiny rocks. Healing on Warrior, you know, is all on the F1, so you can't use it on Bladesworn, but it's good. The charge is way too slow and doesn't apply enough unblockable stacks. Thief is just pistol, but more complicated. Engineer Shortbow probably feels the worst out of everything. Because unlike Ranger, you can't build it for offense and defense. Ranger Maces you can build for literally anything, which is weird. That like Mesmer and Engie you can't. But it is what it is. Ooh, fights. Do you guys want to fight? How many is this? 3? 1, 2, 3. Cool. Willbender, Dragon Hunter, all the Guardians. Blue class. Hello, sir. Would you like to fight? Would one of you like to fight? Ah, they just want dailies. Rifle on what, Maddie? Moths, so flashy. It's flashy things attract you, Kashima. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, look at my character. He's got all the balls. No, all good. Rifle Mesmer, yeah, it's pretty interesting. What I kind of I don't know if it would be balanced, and the thing I don't like about Rifle Mesmer, and this was in the preview as well, is you can only take the portal if you're in 900 range. I think the casting range for the portal on the 5 should be 900, and then the ability to take it should kind of be extended, kind of like regular portal. Not to 5,000, but probably to something more reasonable, like 1,200. because if you cast it and you run just a little bit out of range, or maybe even 1,000. Only gives the boons in a 360 radius. They might fix it. I don't know. I'll use it right now. What's this? That looks like 360 to me. The only thing with a 600 radius, I think, is Blade Sworn, because it can't move. Do you really need 600 for boon AoE? Firebrand's even worse, and that's used in everything. I haven't looked at the PvE support changes for Mesmer, really. I wouldn't be able to tell you. I could definitely do that if that's something people are interested in, though. I heard that support Chronomancer's very possibly a thing now, though. I know that is completely different. So, the Relic's about to trigger here. Check this out. Rah, I'm bigger! Let's see how none of my clones got bigger. It's kind of funny. Oh, look, a Bladesworn. Sorry, you're a trash can now, dude. Use your one mobility skill. Bet it has a half-second cast time you can't do anything about. Ah, sorry, gah! I gotta take a drink of water and just every time I complain about it. That's why I wanted to front load all of that at the beginning, because I tried to channel my energy into productive stuff, and the most productive thing I can do is trying to understand, and because they didn't give us an explanation, and give them suggestions based on my experience. And that's that. Loads of fun on Spellbreaker, I can imagine. I would think that you run like Nullification Sigil still. Lots of CC. Dagger maybe even. You could even run Dagger in Sun and Moon and just get all the healing. It wouldn't be Vampire because you're not doing lifesteal damage, but it'd be pretty good. For like heals and such. I'm so glad they added a cooldown to Malicious Sorcery though. So they added this insane trait to, which is part of the reason I wanted to run this. They added this insane trait to Mesmer, and more realistically to Mirage, that whenever you evade or whenever you dodge an attack, you deal confusion. And it's only 2 seconds in PvP in World vs. World, which is more than enough, honestly. But if they hadn't had a cooldown, you could do one, channeled attack and evade it 20 times, and it would just do 40 stacks of confusion or whatever. Quite good. But they did add a cooldown. I'd be really interested to see if that cooldown is per thing attacking you, or if it's just in general, if it's like leg specialist, or if it's just every 10 seconds flat, because it is very, very strong, and it's very much a dueling trait, even though it's not in dueling. I could also try this build again in PvP, since this is what I used to play, and they did juice Axe just a little bit, but the problem I have with PvP is the problem I was having the other night, and you can just get one shot on a warrior through Rabbit Amulet, so I'd hate to think what a Mirage what would happen to a Mirage right now. Also, I just want to, I don't know if apologize is the right word, but I enjoy making build videos. That's one of the reasons I do this. But I can't help but feel sort of responsible for the fact that Daring Dragon was taken away, and possibly this build was also taken away. So if that is in any way, that might be me having main character syndrome, and I am not the main center of the universe. It's quite possible that arenanet, and more likely that they never saw my videos. But if I've inadvertently ruined anyone's fun by trying to provide criticism in a way that might get looked at or listened to, I'm really sorry about that. It was not my intention. I just wanted to make fun videos and enjoy the game, and I think I accomplished the first part of that, but for better or worse, it may have had a negative effect on some people's build experience for whatever reason, so it is what it is, chat. It is what it is. Find some people to fight. Yeah, if you're new, welcome back. I am Pseudo. Obviously, lots of build videos, build crafting videos, commentary. Ooh, this guy's a chalk egg set. Commentary on state of the game. And we definitely have some new stuff to play with at the very least. So, you know, things like Arms Spellbreaker might be a lot of fun. Thoughts on Thief Axe? I think it's more complicated pistol and it fills the same design niche, and I don't know why it's an axe. I don't play Thief, but that's what it seems like to me. It's more complicated pistol that has projectiles that come from a different angle. I don't know why it does the same thing. I think in order of getting screwed as far as new weapons, at least with the, you know, which isn't really fair because they have four months to maybe change some of this stuff. But as far as getting screwed, I think Engineer is second to last, Thief is last, Warrior's third, and then everything else is above that, with Ellie and Ranger and Revenant being at the very top, because they all got not only unique animations, they got unique effects that are new to their weapons, as like for example, the larger attack radius on Revenant Scepter, as well as their skills are fluid and bug free. So, you know, we'll see what shakes out in 4 months, but that's my tier list. Maybe I'll do a video on it. I think that's kind of unfair because I'm not in the position of really complaining about a thing. I try to have a positive mindset, and I don't try to encourage complaining about a thing until you have the thing actually in the game. Like, we can complain all about the Bladesworn changes all we want, because they didn't tell us why, mostly. But until we actually have a thing and it's implemented the way arenanet wants it to be implemented, I think it's very cheap content, although people like it, so maybe, who knows. Pseudo's 1 to 9 best who won, who lost the beta preview. What are your thoughts? I'm really interested to see what, like, engineers think and thieves think, because I don't really play those classes. I've dabbled, I play everything. I played Mechanist and Thief both on Harvest Temple CM, but I do not definitely spend most of my time Theorycrafting on them. Nice that they're trying to give Thief a rotation. So you mean like PvE? I mean, that makes sense. I just don't, at least from you know, Cal talks about, and I don't want to blame him. There's lots of people on the balance team, right? It's not a blame thing really either. It's just that I don't want to put him on the spot in any way, but there's lots of people who make these decisions, and he talks about, you know, design space a lot and how to not put things into competing design space, and I don't know how this doesn't compete with pistol. So it's, you know, maybe somebody can tell me. I'm wrong a lot. I'm open to being wrong, and that's okay. You're allowed to be wrong on the internet. It's something people forget. Ah, I'm giant. Giant Pseudo. Giant Mirage lady. Somebody's fetish somewhere, right? Axe is fine, not as bad as you thought it was going to be. That's good. Oh, this is a Harbinger and a Mirage, so this is going to be a challenge, chat. I don't even know who to go after first. I think I go after this. Bit of a challenging fight. Oh, there's even more now. This is a pickle we're in. Help me, sir. I'm almost dead. That's the problem with, what's it called? The Magic Thief skill? I forgot what it's called. The one that transfers conditions and steals boons from your enemies is you have to be facing them to actually cast it, which is why a lot of the time I prefer the cleanse mantra. I may go back to running it. What I'm comfortable on. Horrible range cleave. That makes sense. I really wish they'd just give them back Ricochet. That's what everyone seems like they want. You know, Ricochet was fun. I don't know why their pistols can only pierce and not Ricochet when it's clearly what the Thief community wants. I played Ricochet Pistol Thief when it was in the game. I was bad at it. I don't know if it was a good build, but it was a fun build. You know, the coding's still there. Shortbow does it. I don't. And the funny part is when they took it away, they actually said they would add it later to other things and then just didn't. One of those classic arenanet says one thing and does another. You know, you can't hold them to all their, you know, things they say on stream, but when they contradict themselves enough with their design goals is where I start to draw the line personally. You know, like saying Daring Dragon's a PvP trait, for example, and then completely sacrificing it on the altar of PvE and such. Again, I'm pretty biased on that one, although they've done the same thing for pretty much all of Bladesworn's kit. Yeah, take it away from shortbow, put it on pistol. Pretty much, dude. You know, if you need design space, it's there. Shortbow could explode in an AoE like every other shortbow, apparently, right? That was... Somebody was writing... Like, it's a design decision to not have Bladesworn do its packets of damage if the skill hits. It only hits with one explosion, and it's like, then why does the one explosion hit? You know, why don't all three hit? Why don't they all happen in the same spot? And also, that's an interesting take, because Revenant shortbow not only pierces, but it also explodes. So, you know, they could just have it do that. It's the same range. We're talking about gun saber here, but 'tis what it is. I wouldn't be that upset if they just completely reworked Bladesworn entirely, like I kind of suggested. I think there's very simple ways they could do it as well. I don't think at this point in the game Dragon Trigger has any business being a burst skill. I think they should just give back Bladesworn's burst skills, but you only get the burst skill when you're in that weapon set. And if they're going to keep it in its current form, where it has a cooldown on the weapon skills and ammunition on the gun saber, which I think is very stupid for other reasons, go read the post, is... It at least wouldn't be my first design choice. I think that they just give gun saber a watered down version of Dragon Trigger or some kind of other thing, like maybe the 3, and then Dragon Trigger is the elite skill that you can choose to take if you're on a Bladesworn, and then Tactical Reload is gone, so they have the design space to do that, basically. That's probably the easiest way I would fix Bladesworn at this point, short of, you know, my dream of actually just giving it a complete overhaul and rework and just basically eliminating the bullets or flow entirely, or going back to an adrenaline system where you just deal different dragon triggers based on your adrenaline level, and then the grandmasters customize those. It's a pretty... It's got some room for improvement, let's say that. Hello, Scourge. You want to fight? You like to fight, sir? It chunked me in front of him, or behind him. Sir, this is world versus world, sir. I need to fight you. See, should have been running swords. Poor guy probably just wants his dailies. Yeah, because it doesn't... That's the thing that... So, Ubu... I like it. I hope that's a Lubu reference. I joked when I heard that Staff, when we saw the Warrior preview, that all of the healing was going to be leveraged onto the F1, and they leveraged all of the immediate Warrior healing onto the F1, and Bladesworn does not have an F1. So if I had to guess, again, based on the way arenanet does things, I would say that the Bladesworn change today, which again is mostly a PvP and world versus world change, is again to give them design space to add F1 back onto Bladesworn so it can actually heal in PvE, which again, for various reasons, is the dumbest way to do that. Because, as we've seen with Spellbreaker, as we've seen with Berserker, for 5 years Berserker was the same way. One class should not be designed to do one thing in one game mode. The fact that all of Warrior's classes, for better or worse, ended up being melee DPS classes with all of their offhands essentially filling the same role. There's slight differences, but they have essentially filled the same role. Is not the way I would have engineered it, let's put it that way. I think there's definitely room for them to do interesting things with Bladesworn, I think that they could take tactical reload out tomorrow and everyone would be happy. I think that it is actively hamstringing the class along with Unshakable Mountain, and both of those traits need to go away. And honestly, that the class just, as I said in my video, reworked entirely. And there's room for that. Other games have done similar things. Berserker was reworked 3 times, and, you know, Arc Divider nerf notwithstanding, because again, I don't care about it because I never used it and don't have a dog in that fight. I would have personally just nerfed the damage, but the fact that it hits 3 times was apparently too strong. Berserker got like 4 reworks, and now it's in a pretty good spot. Maybe in 4 years, Bladesworn gets 4 reworks and is in a pretty good spot. Who knows? But it's just to the point where I think I was one of the last holdouts with my friend Some Guy, who's appeared on and off on this channel, and it's basically unplayable. And I think now it's finally, the changes are affecting PvE people enough to know that. Yeah, it is what it is. I would be interested to know if there's any other innocuous changes that are actually very damaging for other classes, right? Because I don't main everything. I don't think the devs can really main everything. There's 36 classes in this game, for God's sake. It's very hard. So some changes that might seem innocuous to you or me, like the delayed dragon trigger thing, may actually be really damaging for some classes. I think there was a Thief one with how the initiative or the signet refund worked from some of the stuff was very damaging, that people were saying 2 patches ago. And I was really interested in that because that's something that I don't have a lot of experience in, but it effectively removes an entire playstyle when there were just better ways to do that, right? Oh, this is like 3 people now. It's kind of unfair. Axe still kind of working as a mobility tool. I don't hate it. Now the problem with this is he's a ranger, so I have to cleave him down quite quickly, or else his pet will res him, because ranger downstate is busted. There we go. Didn't read that too much ranger pets. Well, just, you know, squint through the ranger pets. Muckluck had a pretty good thing where he was testing all the ranger pets, so... Did he just go get a beta character? He did. It's beta untamed? What's it gonna do? Is it gonna mace me to death? Do you want to fight? He does want to fight. He wants to fight only because he has a friend. I can read that in a second, Ubu. Sorry about that. But yeah, we have emotes on Twitch. Go grab them. They are free. I tried to make all the cool emotes free, and then there's some animated ones for Prime subscribers and stuff. But again, I don't make any money from this. If you are subscribing with Prime, it's just for the emotes. And I will, as I did on Monday, give all the money back to the community. I don't plan to ever monetize my content. I do this for fun. And to share the joy of build crafting, or the emotions of build crafting, as with this week with everybody. Staff 3 auto attack, 3 projectiles reflect, move to a weapon. Skill 4 was good for move. Do you mean on? Do you mean on Thief, Ubu? Yeah, many emotions this week. Try to keep them out of feedback, but I don't think anyone from my channel would have a problem with that. Yeah, I've been reading on and off on Reddit mixed feelings about staff, especially on Daredevil and such. Like I've said many times, I don't think that there is a dev on staff, and I don't want this to come out as a backhanded compliment or a backhanded insult, because I really don't intend it that way. But I don't think there is a dev on staff with a passion for Thief, NG, or Warrior right now. Yep, you can control right-click them for PvE. They can autocast. You can also still use them in downstate Suitive, just like a ranger. So they won't show up on your bar, but if you press the buttons and you're in downstate, the mech will cast those skills if it is off cooldown, which enhances some usability to mech or NG downstate, honestly, because if you've seen my downstate video, it is probably the worst in the game, which is kind of sad. I wish they would do something about downstates. That would be wonderful. Bring them all sort of in line, or at least have different utility. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. That's why Rangers are so overpowered in their downstate, is because they retain all their pet skills, and then they can swap pets and still use the other pet skills in downstate. Even though their HUD disappears, they can still press the buttons. Yep. Mech is just a robot pet. You don't get the lick wounds ability, but it's definitely up there. How do you report world? But you don't. I wish you could. There's lots of I will say this. There are lots of ways that arenanet has just ignored that you can get into keeps for a very long time that are not hacking. They're actually just things that are in the game technically, but there are people who also just blatantly cheat in world versus world, and flicker in and out of existence. They teleport into keeps, etc. The best you can do is friend them or block them and then report that person, right? Part of introduction of Axe on Thief is what potentially give it space in Zerg competitive mode. We'll see. I hope so. I was honestly hoping that Spectre would end up being more like the rifle on Mesmer ended up being, where it would create clones of your allies and then the clones would heal that ally. But I think that might... Yeah, reporting for a botting's all you can really do, and just steer clear of that person. Sometimes you get them on your team when you're like, your server's reshuffled too, and I don't like that either. Kinda sucks, Ricky. Yep, there's a couple programs that you can get that tragically let you hack in this game. Again, if you're cheating in a competitive video game of any kind, there's legitimately something wrong with you, and you should use that energy for push-ups. But also, again, I don't believe anyone in my community would do that, so this is not directed at you guys. Came across one, he vanished right in front of me. Yeah, it happens. I would, I don't know. I never looked at the Deadeye, because they never showed it on stream. I'd be interested to know what the Deadeye ambush on the Axe does. I could probably look it up. I don't think they've updated the wiki yet. But hey, Winter's Day's in 2 weeks, and that's exciting. Yeah, cheating in general is scummy. It's just like marketing, right? Like everyone, you grow up thinking Christopher Columbus is a hero, and then you realize that he was horrible and cheated and conned his way out of everything, and that's just life, right? You learn something in school, and then you grow up and you learn the truth. And that's why Bloodborne has you gaining insight. Not all the insight you'll gain in real life is real, but some of it's false insight. But it's a hidden stat on your character sheet, Maddie, that I'm realizing, and now that I'm 30-ish years old. I more hate that when people are absolute dickheads get rewarded, right? Like, it's not... I mean, the act of cheating leads to it, but I don't enjoy when people are rewarded for scummy behavior. No, I'll tell you how old I am. I'm 33. 30 or 40 years old. I'm 33. I found my face cam. I'm gonna do it, but I wanted to have more positive energy when I started, So I was gonna do it like this week, but I've got some stuff I gotta take care of that takes priority. I want to make sure it looks good. I don't know if people want to see my face. If like I put it up and 300 people unsubscribe to my channel, I got news for you. It's going away. Yeah. So fun facts. Stacks of poison and duration. Makes sense. Condition Deadeye. A lot of people who I get, because I do have an application process to the main guild I run, are around that age because partially because this game is so long, and partially because it seems to just attract a very bell curve audience where most of the people you get applying will be in a certain, not demographic necessarily, but age demographic, if that makes any sense. What are you guys thinking of this Relic and Nyos? I actually really like it on this build. Or Relic and Norris. I'm digging it. I'm digging the boon removal. I think it's kind of cheesy that you can remove boons from your phantasms when it says whenever you remove a boon from an enemy, but hey, they fixed it for the rest of Mirage, or Mesmer, and not just Virtuoso, so it's clearly for now working as intended. TM. It's something, right? Oh, and I got a couple people asking me when I did the other stream. We could switch to Demon Queen. Oh, for Deadeye? I do have a Demon Queen build for tonight. Thank you for reminding me I could switch to that and try it out. But that build that I'm used to feels very extremely strong. The cool thing with this one is I'm running this Signet just for the ambush. So we'll see how that goes. Probably not the smartest thing. I should probably have some Condy Cleanse on this build somewhere, huh? We'll go back to this. I don't think it's going to be worth it. I actually don't... How are we going to do this? I think we're going to go... Hold, please. I don't think this is worth it. I think we're going to go back to the domination version. Scatter skills from Moon or Boon. Create quickness when you interrupt a foe. That seems way better. Yeah, we'll do this. I think. There we go. Whoa. Move to YouTube itself. Yeah, Twitch chat doesn't work on my Chromecast either, so when I'm winding down, I do the same thing. How long have I been playing? I have been playing for /age. It just says go outside when I type /age. So, I have been playing this game for 10.5 years as my oldest character. I'm not going to share the hours that I have in this game, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Fast forward to the video. I mean, you can just click the live button, Tinker. But yeah, hey guys, welcome back. I am Pseudo. I do lots of build crafting videos. We're trying out some Mirage builds tonight, having some luck with the Relic of Naos, or Norris. Does this guy just want... No, it's not his Dolyak. Fight me. He doesn't want dailies. He wants to not play the video game. Had some mixed feelings about, obviously, the Bladesworn changes at the beginning, but it is what it is, and maybe that gives them design space for fun things. Who knows? You can't... You can only go on what they say. Never predict arenanet. Yeah, how many hours do you have in Guild Wars 2? Pretty much the answer is yes, right? So, here's the thing with this build, right, chat? Elementalists rely on being able to heal. He can't heal right now because Relic of the Demon Queen is super stupid. So, I don't have to think right now. I can just ambush off cooldown. I didn't even have the right food. I can just ambush off cooldown and erase that guy from existence. Part of the reason I wanted to do this stream tonight is to illustrate that while I like the idea of Relic with the Demon Queen, it should do either effect, not both. It should not apply poison on CC and increase poison efficacy, because poison is already one of the best conditions that people don't really know about in the game, along with chill. And chill, immobilize, and poison, I think, are the top three. Even above the hard CCs. And it is very oppressive to just have constant poison that reduces your healing by 50% right now. It is, it's quite fun. It's maybe a little bit too strong in my opinion, but that's kind of why we are showing off, you know, Phantom Razor ambush, nonsense tonight. But I started saying this, people are asking me on Monday, we do have a guild. I have a guild that I would be more than happy to just invite people to if they would like an invite, so let me know. We are on NA. I would like to make an EU contingent, but I am still not sponsored by arenanet, so I cannot transfer servers freely. So if that is something you are interested in, you are more than welcome. I am not going to get rid of my you have to apply to our main guild for now, but there is a application. It is very easy. It is pretty much just to see if you can fill out an application, and that way we get quality people. And you asked me how long I've been playing. I have also been running a guild for 9 years, and that is what just seems to work. How long did Nyros buff last? Wiki doesn't say. Let's test it. I'm going to guess 5 seconds. Chill, most annoying comedy I have for sure. Fighting Ranger on the edge of this, another thing, trying to get away weekly. It's pretty strong, right? Especially with like the druid having access to it almost ubiquitously now. All right, we're gonna test this, as well as what's it called? Revenants are a big problem. One of the dodges actually used to chill on Vindicator in PvP, and that was idiotic. I have no oh, I'm not running the Nyros build. Sorry, doing too many things. I'm going in too many directions, just like Bladesworn. Hang on. Let's switch relics here. Only one game mode. We are a PvX guild. They're actually mostly a social guild. It is mostly just people who want to hang out. I only really want people, you know, the only real requirement is fill out the application, and then we have some rules like no political or religious stuff in guild chat, general stuff like that. I pretty much just, the application is there to see that we will get people who want to play the video game, and the rest of it is there to just sort of get a feel for where you're at in the game so I can point you in the right direction. So if you're PvP focused or you're raid focused or you want to get into fractals, that's kind of what it is. 20-second 25% condy damage every 30 seconds. You can get it way lower than 30 seconds. Like 30 seconds is the minimum, right? You can get it way lower with nullification sigils on any build, let alone actually removing boons. But yeah, it's vanguardsofascension.com if you want to join. Sorry, we'll time this as soon as this triggers in a little bit. Hopefully this MOA doesn't die. Let's test this. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 5 seconds. 4 or 5 seconds. 50% cap, but is, yep. Oh yeah, the poison. No, Ubu, it doesn't increase it by 50%. So one of the problems with Guild Wars 2 is this game is great and has the best combat without going too much on a tangent, but it doesn't explain its tooltips very well, and it used to be much worse, especially with Mesmer. There used to be just illusions, not even clones and phantasms. It was super confusing. Anyway, the way the Relic of Demon Queen reads is it says it increases poison heal reduction by 50%, but what it means is it increases it from 33% to 50% reduction. It does not add 50% on top of the 33% reduction. It's a similar additive sort of replacing of buffs if you're going to run speed runes, or speed relic rather, now, where it increases the effectiveness of swiftness. It says by 66%, but what that means is swiftness will now give you plus 66% movement speed instead of the 33 that it gives normally. Same thing on Weaver. They have a trait that swiftness becomes 40% instead of 33, and everything's different, so you just need to know sort of how things are worded, and then the wiki's usually pretty good for it. You can always look things up. Like, for example, another nuanced thing is most of the speed buffs in this game do not stack. They only stack if they actually say they stack. So, for example, if you have a Writ of Masterful, or if you have a Signet that gives you 25% movement speed, right? And you have Swiftness. Those do not stack. The swiftness will override the 25%. If you then have speed runes on top of that, the 66% will override the 25%, etc. The only ones that stack in terms of movement speed, and then super speed will supersede that, so it'll be 100% because this movement, you also have a movement speed cap in combat, which is 400. You also have a movement speed cap outside of combat, which is 400, but your base starts higher outside combat. It's again, a bunch of nuanced systems. If you have any questions, please ask me. That is why I stream. That is why I stream, and I want to give my knowledge to the community. It is useless when I'm at the grocery store, believe me. Try to chat up the cashier, and she's like, "Sir, you know you're buying broccoli, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, but swiftness." And she's like, "I don't care. Pay for your food." All right, let's try to find some more fights here, chat. It's been fun, but I wanna like fight some stuff. We should probably go to a different borderland for that. What are you guys thinking of the beta weapons? I gave my tier list. What do you guys think? Try any stuff you don't normally try? I think Necromancer swords look really cool, and I think they have the worst projectiles in the game. I'll say that right now. Just like Bladesworn. Ground tracking projectiles are really stupid. Good luck hitting anything on a hill. Ever. Kind of a thing. All right. Let's keep this moving here. Look for some fights. Got a Zergit base camp. Let's just go north. A beautiful cat. I'm really bad at dyeing my cats. I need to commission somebody to dye my cats better. Need to dye Fashion Wars 2. Not to be confused with dying in Fashion Wars 2. Alright. Oh, and also, just shout out, if you're looking for any of these relics that we're using tonight on stream, you can actually get these sorry. It is a portable vendor, but not too portable. You can get them from this Amnetis gearbox, and then you can, once you unlock a relic, you can actually buy it from World vs. World on all of your characters. So if you unlock this, you'll get one when you finish the Soto reward track. So if you have Soto, which you need to use the relics anyway, you can unlock the relics that we're using tonight, Relic of Norris and Relic of the Demon Queen, that way. Yep. And that's what, you know, it's hard to separate the emotional response from the actual information, right? Like I tried to do that with my post and actually have, you know, logical, constructive criticism for Bladesworn and feedback, but when you get nothing for so long, like on Thief and Ranger and a lot of the baffling warrior changes, it's like, well, you know, I'm especially with no explanation. What immobilized me? His projectile was invisible. That was interesting. It's just tough to not have that emotional response, right? And to, you know, you say I feel, and that's the part that a lot of people, you know, knee-jerk react to a post where it's like, oh, my thing's getting nerfed, right? And that's an emotional response to something you've been using for a really long time. And I definitely had that emotional response with Daring Dragon and have it with Bladesworn because I've been playing the class for, you know, you have your main, you've been playing it for a year and a half, however long, right? So it's tough. It's like, you know, they want constructive criticism, and it's like, well, okay, we can give you that, but then you need to give us something back, and the communication is ideally what you're giving back, and it just saying one thing on stream and doing another, or just no communication at all, or in Thief's case, just, you know, more of the same weapon when what they really needed was probably a support weapon or a better support weapon other than Scepter is kind of not. It doesn't feel great. Maybe there's a reason, maybe there isn't. Oh dear, I'm on the Demon Queen build. I don't know how good this is gonna be. I also haven't fought one of these fancy beta revenants. Oh, I'm fighting two people. This is a problem. I have much less mobility on this build. We went from 0 to fighting people very fast. Yep, I'm dead here, probably? Maybe not. Blink is OP? Blink is OP. It's fine. I have another guy chasing me on a cat. Oh boy. It's still pretty good. Been testing hybrid vert with chaos and demon queen relics. Interesting. Chaos got a lot of really cool changes. I'd be interested to see how it shakes out. Alright, Kishima. I understand. Time zones below. Have a wonderful night. Don't despair. Game will still be here. Maybe you'll find a new main. Or you play Thief anyway. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But it's okay. It'll be fine. Have a wonderful night, Kishima. Thank you for joining. But yeah, I am Pseudo. If you're just joining, welcome back. Trying to plug this for people catching the VODs. I don't know why you joined midway through a stream, but if you're here, welcome. We're trying out some Demon Queen Relic and Relic of Norris tonight. Got some interesting thoughts on the patch, to say the least, but there's plenty of fun stuff to try in the beta, so go check those out. Yeah, and then at the very least we have Copium forever, so we'll see. Legionary Membrane Spike, very noticeable. I'll look at it. I'm gonna look at Chaos. It'll help when they update the builder, which I live in basically. In addition to the wiki. You're gonna run in front of me. You run into your tower. Bye. He's gonna come out if I tap the guards. I didn't play a lot of Virtuoso. It's, you know, things click with you that you wouldn't expect to click a lot of the time, right? For example, I didn't think I would like Mirage or Bladesworn. And I've told this story before. I have these moments where I'll watch an anime or a commercial for something and I'll say in my brain, that seems stupid. There's no way I will like this thing. And that happened with both Mirage and Bladesworn, and then they're my main classes. So, tis what it is. I thought I should like Virtuoso. I thought I should like Chronomancer, but it's not for me. Yeah, that's from what I gathered is NG and Thief really just wanted offhand weapons, right? Which is weird to say. And then they gave it... Right, and then they still didn't give it sword offhand. And instead gave it deluxe pistol. That was my take when we saw the preview, and I was like... That's weird. Same thing with Shortbow on Engineer, honestly. Yeah, and that's fine. That's why there's 36 different classes in the game, basically, right? That's Virtuoso works for you. It's great. Why the game rules. I think if they're going to make Shortbow... Yeah, it's weird that Longbow's one word and short is 2 in this game, right? I find that so strange. Apparently the etymology version is they can both be either way, but I think the longbow for what being one word comes from the English longbow. Anyway, this has been Etymology with Pseudo. Welcome to my TED Talk. But the weird thing is, Shortbow, at least on paper to me, and I don't play Engineer, it is very weird for the things, especially that already have a support weapon, in quotes. You know, they have medkit, they have arguably mortar kit on Engineer, right? They're sort of support weapons if Engineer is going to be said to have weapons, even almost elixir gun. Not really, but you take it on the build sometimes. It's weird to give Engineer a short bow where all you do is rotate. They're literally built so that you just spam all of the skills and then trigger all of them, and then spam all the medkit skills and then trigger all of them, and then spam all the mortar kit skills and trigger all of them, and then repeat. And you, unlike Ranger Maces, you actually can't build it for offense. So it's very odd, and also there's a limited amount that they can do because they basically just made it unblockable support wells. And the fact that the skills are unblockable means they can't actually add that much power or condition duration to the skills without making them crazy, stupid OP. I mean, look at what happened to Bladesworn in this patch, right? So it puts them in this weird catch-22, and from a design perspective, I think that's one of the worst things they could do to future-proof a class, right? But I'm not an arenanet designer. I don't know. They might have information I don't have. But from an outside perspective, especially as someone who does not main those classes, that's what that seems like. I'm having a 1v1 here. Excuse me, tag. Oh, I thought he immobilized me and I just lost my mouse cursor. This is what I get for playing on a controller. Yeah, it's very... I don't like the one note, you know... And I didn't like the idea of PvE Bladesworn only for one game mode, and then that became increasingly apparent as they sacrificed pieces of its PvP kit for it to do the one hit of damage. And then I really don't... Like, I don't like the idea that shortbow is just going to be the same kind of one-note design thing where they're putting all the eggs in the basket, and the basket isn't very good to begin with, right? But that's, again, that's just my opinion. And other people may have a different one, and that's okay. Hello, sir. You heard about our Lord and Savior Demon Queen Relic? Oh, I have a friend. This isn't fair. Well, whatever. World versus world. Relic of the Demon Queen is so silly. Yeah, I will put both of these these builds in the video if you would like to grab them afterward. I did not put them in the description before we started streaming. I did forget to update it. That is... Oh, he ported because he has Aegis, because Guardians are overpowered. I understand. So in case you were wondering what happened there, my Chaos Storm hit him and the Aegis blocked it and he was still able to teleport. Is... maybe balanced? This game isn't balanced. Look at the downstates. Tis what it is. I just lament when they get rid of fun skills, right? They could have made Dragon Trigger Boost do 2 damage. And that would have been a better way to balance it, in my opinion, than getting rid of the actual functionality that people use it for. Almost every boon on Heal Chrono? That's good to hear. Is it reliable, or is it like Chaos Storm or Chaos Aura reliant? Because I know a lot of the Chaos things were geared at providing Chaos Aura, which itself gives boons, but I don't think those boons are necessary for the uptime, right? It's not like you're providing alacrity when you get hit with a Chaos Aura. Chronomancer and Spellbreaker and stuff like that are such good examples of how you can make something that on paper is so simple, but I mean the traits for Chronomancer really aren't simple, but the idea that you can revert your skills, so simple. Oh, hello. Hello, sir. This is some guy. This is my friend. He is one of the mods of the channel. Shout out to him for helping on Monday. Oh, I should invite him. You like Warrior Stick? Is he playing Warrior Stick? He's playing Warrior Stick. Core Warrior Stick. Guy is in the map. He is not in chat, but he is here. Maybe he'll pull up the stream on his limited bandwidth so I can talk to him. I think Warrior Stick is very juiced. Be interested to hear his opinions on Warrior Stick. I should mail him an outfit. I wonder if you take... So here's a question, right? There's a beta going on. If I mail him an outfit from the gem store and he unlocks it on a beta character, does it get unlocked on his main account and does it leave his mail? Right? I bet it actually snapshots your account when you create that character. So I would guess it doesn't unlock it on your main account, but it also doesn't waste the mail. That's almost worth testing, but that would be a waste of gold if that doesn't happen. Hang on. Get to judge my typing speed. I blame the fact that ROG is still insistent on installing Armory Crate, which is basically spyware. So the fact that my keyboard doesn't light up properly because I won't install it is why my typing speed sucks. No. Good enough. Damn, he's getting... Oh, is he getting the Dolyak? He's getting the Dolyak. Memorize all the keys. I always, the one that messes me up even... Because I learned to type largely from yelling at people in Warcraft 3 mods, like Dota 1, right? Because I'm incredibly old and probably going to die soon, Ari. Is... I never use the... You know, you occasionally use numbers, right? So you get a feel for where those are at least. I never use the, like, special characters, like the @ sign, the % sign and stuff, so I have no idea what the numbers are on, even though I use it all the time for work. So, because I'm not a numpad user, I'm a TKL pleb. 10 keyless. You support Boonstrip, Chrono? What would you need? I mean, the Boonstrip shouldn't be that hard. They have an entire trait line for it and a bunch of utilities. You could probably slot that in anywhere. Plus, Nullification Sigil is a thing, and so is Absorption Sigil. What would you be using that for, Abu? I'd be really interested to know. Like, is that a PvE thing? Is that... Maybe, like, World versus World Zerging? That'd be okay, right? Although they did just, nerf Nullfield even more. Yeah, I know Phantasmal Disenchanter just got hit, and I know Nullfield got hit a bit. Because those are basically the light version of Spellbreaker, right? The Spellbreaker bubble. I think this build is stronger with the Relic of Neos, or Norris. I'm just going to call it the Relic. I can't call it the Relic of N. I'll get canceled. I'm going to just call it the Relic of, Nate. Relic of Norris. I think it's stronger, or I think Demon Queen is stronger than it, but I might go back to Demon Queen. I think it plays a little bit better. Spotted. Well, fine. Hold, please. Let's go to a build I'm going to be done for. What are you talking about? Port back. Nope, he's just way up there. Relic of Cal. No, Relic of Cal is one of the... I don't even know what's good on Ellie, honestly. Probably the one that... No, Ellie's already had permanent vigor. I mean, the one that comes to mind is whenever you cleanse a condition, you heal, right? But I don't really even know. I'd be really interested to see what Ellie... Like, Catalyst. Probably just fireworks, right? Because they're just nuke machines. Relic of yeah, Chuck Norris. I like it. Solid take, Cribster. Grab the free emotes while you're here. There's a bunch of them. I worked in quotes really hard for about a day on them. They're pretty sweet. Tried to make all the cool ones the free tier. I don't want anyone giving me money for this nonsense. But thank you if you guys do follow or sub. I do giveaways for my followers on Twitch every Monday or Tuesday. We had a huge giveaway this week. And it's usually trivia questions for 25 gold, and you don't need to be subbed on YouTube. Just follow it on Twitch. It's just the bot I have. But shout out to all my regulars. Appreciated. All I want to do is just get people into build crafting. I cannot pour it up. This mountain. This mountain says no. That mountain says yes. I have no idea if I can play this band. Well, we're going to find out. This is something we're going to find out together, chat. Alright. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I mostly usually play Bladesworn. This is probably the last time I will plug it, but there is the link. That's 2 years of Bladesworn experience compiled into one post. If you have any passing interest in build crafting or understanding of the game systems or the lack thereof, I would go at least read that post. It is obviously not required that you agree with me. In fact, I would encourage healthy skepticism, but that is what 1,000 hours plus on a class looks like. Not sure what to do here. I don't know, man. Catapult the tower? Heal? I think you heal, right? Warrior stick heals. And also why I will probably be taking a break from that class for a while. Where can we go? We're red. Go here. Guy, I know you're in chat. Let's go to this other borderland. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be cake. Let's go, chat. It's interesting. We got 2 more rounds of relics, right? Be interesting to see what they introduce with the weapon patch. I have to remember to send out our roller beetle prizes. One of the things we do as a guild is we've started trying to collect the roller racetrack tokens, since you can't just buy those with money. So I asked one of my very, very kind longtime members who runs guild missions to start running the competitions for the races every week, and you can also just enter tokens during the week, and whoever enters the most of both or wins the races gets money, and in exchange we get roller beetle tokens, and it's a lot of fun. So I need to send out those prizes. Try to keep it active, keep it popping. Yeah, that's the thing with... So my friends have this... It's just 3 more relics, right? The thing... My TLDR, I mean, I'm not even going to do a TLDR, just go read the post if you want my opinion on it, like, on what to do and how to fix it and actionable, and etc, etc, etc. But, like, my friends and I have this thing that we periodically do, especially when an expansion comes out, where we will rate a classes, or at least we could do the same thing with, maybe we'll do it with the weapons that they are previewing, right? But again, I'd like to wait for them to actually be in the game before we do this, but it might be too late then, so we'll see. I like to rate things on idea versus execution. For example, Chronomancer, great idea. Chronomancer, great execution, right? I actually think Mirage, in contrast to Chronomancer, is like thematically a good idea, but honestly, if you look at Mirage just like something that can dodge while, you know, immobilized or whatever, it's kind of dangerous for the game, right? So even though I play it, I don't know if it's the best idea. So I'd probably give that like a, you know, Mirage like a 7 and a 6, right? Idea versus execution. Bladesworn is a 10 out of, like a 9 or 10 out of 10 idea. It clearly takes a lot of inspiration from Devil May Cry, predominantly Nero, because it has a melee shotgun that you load. It's very, very Nero Devil May Cry influenced, but the execution for it, even in the beta state, where you not only had to be in Gunsaber to pull out Dragon Trigger, you also have two trade-offs, and then instead of Adrenaline, you have Flow, and then you load the Flow to make bullets, and then they gradually just sacrificed all of the stability and the pieces of the PvP kit. Like, the execution, even on release, was like maybe a 3 out of 10, and now it's like a 0 out of 10, right? Because it just doesn't do anything but the one hit of melee damage in PvE, and all of its pieces are geared toward that. I take that back. It also generates barrier via Unshakable Mountain, so it has that. But again, that was the problem in PvP. They didn't nerf that. They nerfed the playability, and, you know, go read my post if you want my opinion on it, because I don't want to just turn this into a haterade complaint train, because I don't think that's productive. And that's my TED Talk. Let's get this tower. There's similar things as well. Like, Mechanist is a really cool idea and really cool execution. Permastealth Thief, I think, is more of a problem with... I don't know if you're saying it's a problem. Like, the thing with Permastealth Thief is... the bigger problem I have with Thieves is this game's netcode is 10 years old and based on Guild Wars 2 and kind of sucks. So, unless you have really good internet, which even in the US, I do not. Our internet is awful, and Maddie will tell you I complain about it all the time. It's awful. So unless you have really, really, really good ping and are basically living in the server for this game, because the combat is so fluid, a thief can jump on you, and it'll look like they're not cheating right on their end, and they'll be perfectly fine. But they can jump on you, do all of their animations and packets of damage, and then teleport back, and in theory you've had a window to hit them, but for most people it just looks like they're hacking. So on a very high level, thief is, there's no counterplay to it. The counterplay is have good internet to even be able to fight the thief, first of all. Like when I started having decent download speed here, it became infinitely easier to actually deal with thieves. It wasn't anything they did to the game, it was something I did to my internet. And that's not a joke. And I can't think of any other class that functions like that because their cast times are so fast. The second thing with Thief is not really a Thief thing, it's... I mean, you see this a little bit when the Deadeye Elite skill removed Reveal, but there is very little actually reveal in this game, right? There's very few skills or traits or anything. Like, some classes have it and some classes don't, and that's fine. That's a balance decision, or a macro balance decision. But there's very few actual skills that you can spec into that are practical that actually reveal. And that consequently means that Thief gets to keep that fast cast time because there's in theory a counterplay to it. But, like, you know, what do I take on Mirage to reveal a Thief, right? Should I be able to? That's a whole nother discussion. How powerful is revealed? Should it be as long as it is? Should stealth get reworked entirely? Kind of like... So, I'll give you a tangent example that's about 80% comparable, I would say. I play a lot of Warrior, obviously, or at least I Theorycraft on Warrior, mostly because it's been in the worst spot for a really long time, and I'm weird, and I like playing things that are very jank in video games and trying to make them work. So, Warrior balance, for a really long time, was centered around it having a lot of CC, very little actual mobility outside Greatsword, but a lot of CC, a lot of very long CC, and a lot of CC that did damage. The problem with this, of course, runs, and you see this with, like, Spellbreaker's Grainmaster trait that makes its full counter copy conditions, but also increases the damage that full counter does. It increases it now from whatever it is, like 6 damage to 9 damage, or by 20%, so it does, like, 2 more damage, because they removed all of the damage off the hard CCs and only added them back to certain skills. And granted, this affects some skills on other classes, like Reaper's Executioner Scythe that do bonus damage and also heavily CC. I don't know this guy. He could say horrible things. He could be great, though. It affects some things on that, like that, and Holomancer's Holographic Shockwave, which is the 5, where it automatically critically hits, but is a knock-up, so it only critical hits for, like, maximum 9 damage. And then Old Headbutt, where it would remove stability to deal bonus damage, which was the big egregious one. They never went back and changed any of that, but they added a little bit of the damage back to Warriors, like Hammer F1 and like one of the other stuns or something. But it's these game-wide changes that have just sort of ground Warrior into the ground. It's not deliberate things aimed at Warrior. It's game-wide changes that have, you know, when they buff up other classes or give everything a teleport except for a true teleport, except for Warrior and End of Dragons and stuff like that, that it's just like, well, a lot of all these decisions on top of it, coupled with the fact that Bladesworn is an actual trash can by now, it's weird. And the Spellbreaker thing is fine. Like, other classes have that level of jank. It's when you get to the level of jank where you have 8 competing systems, like I mentioned in the post, all pulling at each other like Bladesworn has, where it's like, okay, this just needs to be fixed. This just needs a complete overhaul. Who is this? Oh. Dude, you were asleep and I invited you. This may be Sea Monster. We may be jumping onto Discord and have a party, which would be a good change from me just complaining nonsense. I don't think I've been that complainy tonight. I think I'm doing okay with what happened. Tis what it is. You're stuck in a Guild Wars 1 dungeon. All right, I'm gonna hop on Discord if that's okay, chat. You get a mini Discord conversation maybe with Sea Monster. We'll see here. He's one of the people I occasionally... He's a very, very, very good PvP player. Or at least was back in the day. Let's jump into Discord here and make sure it's unmuted. Hold please. Be good. This will be good. Maybe I'll split this into a different video. Shout out to Sea Monster for finishing Harvest Temple on a laptop with us. But yeah, the conversation around reveal is kind of like that, right? Where they haven't added any reveal to the game, really, so Thief hasn't been able to be adjusted. But the, I don't know if he's done PvP recently. Are you Sea Monster? Did you change your name again, Ari?
Yeah, what's up? Wait, it's the Sea Monster guy, does it not?
It does in Discord. It doesn't on in my chat. You might be really...
No, that's because it's a beta character.
No, in my like stream chat.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, now you're too quiet. Are you Ari? You're SEA, right? Like AXC?
Oh yeah, my YouTube account is a different name.
Yeah. Okay. It's YouTube's funny like that. We're trying to figure out how to give Edmonton a mod, but welcome, Sea Monster. This is him. This is the man, the myth, the legend. I did not know you without the guild tag. No, because we have a 90% rep rule, sir. It's definitely
to rep on a beta character.
Definitely heavily enforced, dude. All my beta characters are named like Beta 1, Beta 6. Yeah, what are you thinking of Necro Swords? You enjoying the ground-based projectiles?
Well, I haven't experienced it because it's not an issue in PvP, so we'll see. Or it hasn't been an issue, so we'll see.
Really?
But since you told me that, I'm pretty sure Blade Swords are gonna get fixed once they fix Necro Swords.
I was going to...
Necro is actually a playable class that people like.
That was my hunch. I mean, I mentioned it, I don't know if you were here for it, but I have this horrible feeling that it's just another thing that is predominantly noticeable in a game mode like PvP, where Dragon Trigger Boost, the change was made to disincentivize for people to use, you know, to incentivize them to use other Dragon Triggers other than just Boost all the time, right? But the problem with that is, of course, that it's to give them design space again to add something back for PvE, and I think that thing will be Bladesworn getting its F1 back so it can heal. Because all of the staff healing is leveraged onto the F1, which it does not currently have. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, you're liking Necro?
My audio broke and it just cut back in. But yeah, I'm loving Necro so far. The swords feel undertuned, but the double leap is crazy.
Necro having any kind of mobility is kind of insane.
Well, yeah, having 3 of them on Reaper feels really good. At least to move around the PvP map.
I was actually thinking it would be most effective on Scourge, because Scourge can provide its own barrier without having to spec into Blood Bank, right? So you could use your traits for interesting things. This guy is actually very good. I should turn my brain on. And secondly, Scourge auto-generates barrier, so you can just use the barrier as your health cost instead. And Scourge also doesn't have any native mobility, so it's not really balanced around needing to account for it having mobility, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Scourge is also a nightmare in PvP from right now, from what I've heard. Headphone cable break. How is your headphone? Oh, there's 2 people here now. Well, I don't feel as bad. I sent you a headset. I mailed you a headset. God damn it, Sea Monster. What up, Levy? Welcome back. I just got dumpstered by 2 people. Feels good. It's alright, we've been winning fights tonight. How are you? Are you enjoying the giveaway codes? No problem. This is a Mirage. I showed the builds at the beginning of the stream. I'll also have them in the description once the stream finishes. I didn't update it and can't update it now. But we're trying out some Mirage. Oh, now guys interested in hanging out. Now I'm cool enough. I see how it is. What's up? How's Bonk Warrior?
It's fine.
It's fine. Did you hear my? Have you been lurking? Have you heard my horrible theory?
If I open up YouTube, I'll get too much ping.
That's what they all say. I
That's
think
what
they
I say.
I think they last minute changed Bladesworn, and I think they put in PvP changes that obviously I've sent you don't make sense, but I think they did it to make room for design space so that they can add F1 back so that Bladesworn can have a staff F1.
Why?
Because they don't know what else to do because they don't play it.
Why do you want Bladesworn to have F1?
I don't know, ask arenanet.
Why are you dead set on Bladesworn
I don't.
having its F1 back?
I don't want it to. I want it to not do alacrity. I want my trait back.
Yeah, oh, a lot of people.
It's a few.
Do it.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, we're doing it.
A few. Just a few.
Oh, don't get in the kill room.
Oh, it didn't even render. Guy has legendary. Damn, sea monster's here now. I'll res our friendo. Might have to res you in a sec.
Yeah, probably.
Delay? Lag? Hacks?
And of course, the spectral walk. I didn't want to play.
Nah, dude.
Oh, cool. He's back.
I got you, homie. Nope, I don't got you, homie. How did you get back so fast?
I'm that good.
Are you hacking, sir?
Oh, yeah, you know it.
Yeah, with your like 8,000 ping. Definitely possible.
Let's lock down this druid.
I was stomping that guy. Which druid? That one? Okay, that one.
Yeah.
I'm probably dead. That was a Harbinger ultimate.
Wait, is he back up?
No, we killed the Reaper.
What the? Oof. I don't know what hit me.
Still healing you.
Arms for CC is okay, but it's kind
Arms?
of rough. Yeah.
Huh.
It's probably why I'm dead.
Possibly. You on party yet? Yeah, they joined Discord. I'm recording a little separate thing. I might have it up. If Sea Monster fixes his stuff. I need to mail him another headset. One headset wasn't enough.
Joke's on you, I'll just run it over with my chair again.
Joke's on you, it's indestructible.
That's not true.
It's fine. I joined Discord with Sea Monster and Guy, but only Guy's here right now. I think Sea Monster is trying to fix his headset or has given up. It's alright.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, yes. Guy is our Bladesworn warrior player extraordinaire who tells me I'm wrong when I send him page-long posts and why. It's very helpful, actually. And
It's too long.
I don't know. I've gotten really, really positive feedback on it. But I just wanted one thing because I'm pretty done with that for now.
That's fair.
I wanted one thing to point to and say
Arms
this.
is cool.
What?
It's just arms for warriors, pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. It already was pretty good.
It is better.
Of course. So I wanted to let you know, I mentioned this. I try to obviously channel my energy into positive means, right? But it's hard when you have that emotional knee-jerk response to something that you've been playing for this long. So I rang my game design friend who was busy, right? Or who was visiting a few months ago, and I wanted to get his perspective if I was just being insane about this, right? So, from a design perspective,
They're coming back.
there definitely could have been things, like I mentioned, that like just nerfing the damage instead of nerfing the playability. But the one thing he did agree with me on that you don't want to do is remove actual fun from your game. And that is what just nerfing this one skill in the way they did does.
Oh, it's a good thing he doesn't work at arenanet.
Yeah. It's Adding a delay that you cannot compensate for with quickness is kind of rough. Because it's not a true cast time if you didn't know that.
I thought we were talking about Unyielding Dragon. The delay is a terrible change.
No,
all
yeah,
around.
the delay is the one that gets me. Unyielding Dragon is your horse to give feedback on that I never rode.
It is the only Grandmaster trait that changes how Blade Swarm plays.
I
Now
know.
they all play exactly the same.
I know.
But no, the delay is awful because now the 3 telegraph cues that you get for dodging Dragon Trigger are different. Because the first one you get is the interweave stance, watch out, big slash is coming. Then the explosion, and then a quarter second after the explosion, visual and audio come out. It's like, hey, boss mechanic incoming. Now, it's different. Now you don't know if it's going to be half or not. So now the visual cue means nothing.
The delay also doesn't actually matter because you still keep tracking your target the same way. So it just
literally makes it more difficult for the other player to fight against you.
I agree. So maybe it was a buff. It just feels like crap.
Oh no, it feels awful, but
I
it
know.
is a buff.
The best of
It's
both
the worst
worlds.
buff that we've ever gotten. It's so odd.
I know. And I just wanted to understand why, you know? Because they didn't explain it on stream.
Yeah, no, I made a thread no one else knows. I thought maybe it was to fix where it roots you to the ground. Like it gives it extra time to register where you're going to path to so it doesn't root your beam.
You'd think that.
I doubt it.
I do too.
Because then it would have been labeled as a bug fix, but it's not.
See ya, Sudev. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining. Let us know if you have any questions. Enjoy your breakfast. Hope it was good.
Wait, aren't you Sudo?
Sudev.
Wait a minute.
It's just me and my alt accounts. Months, are you here?
Your stream number's gonna. Yeah, I got it to work even if it cuts out.
Do I need to mail you a
Hey!
headphone cable? Also, that headset should have Bluetooth. You're not using
Really?
it, are you? Yes.
Yeah, I'm using that. I thought it was just wired.
I think it maybe you wanted a wired one and I sent you a decent wired one. I don't know. They all have Bluetooth now. I'll tell you what. I got a bunch of Skull Candy earbuds for $10 each. You want a pair of those?
Sure.
just give me all of them.
I mean,
I'll take backup. Yeah, I don't know. The cable seems to be cutting out. It does that thing where
we'll figure it
like
out.
all the audio channels get really quiet.
Yeah, it's your cable. Just get a new cable. Is it the cable from the headset that I mailed you?
Yeah, it's,
That might
yeah.
be your actual computer. I would get...
Okay.
They have like $1 external USB sound cards you can get on Amazon. Just get one of those and chunk it into your computer. And then, you know, worst comes to worst, you'll have a $1 USB sound card you can chunk into your computer.
Okay.
It'll look like a USB thing. Just type in USB sound card and sort through all the garbage that's like $20 because they only cost $1. But yeah, I got... Does anyone else have any fun cyber shopping holiday stories? I got a bunch of earbuds that I actually wanted to just get engraved or something for the VOA pants giveaway that we theoretically are going to do at some point, and then like send to people for $10 that are like really good. No one bought like TVs or anything. That's sad. TVs are apparently a terrible thing to buy on Black Friday because they artificially jack them up. This is a Built Wars podcast, as you can tell. How you liking Necro Swords?
We'll see. I mean, the main hand, the damage feels pretty undertuned. They don't really feel useful, but other than the leap, but the leap is great. But the offhand, I really like its synergy with main hand dagger. So I'm enjoying it a lot. But I'm not sure if this build actually works in War World. So far, I'm getting crushed and not being able to do much. So we'll see.
It's interesting that you see that because are you building like pure power with it?
I tried Marauders first and immediately switched off of that.
Okay.
It wasn't it.
I was that visual animation is huge. Holy crap! They did not scale
Why
that.
is it so big?
Yeah.
It's like the
That
Raven
was
staff
current,
thing. They didn't make it client side.
The animations are worse, and I'm using a legendary sword to hide them.
Fair enough.
I feel the same way about Warrior Stick Rush. How they gave it the Joko minion. You know, the champion that does the same rush that they rip the attack from. I wish it didn't have that.
It's very loud. It's also very slow.
It's not. Give
Really?
yourself quickness, and
It shouldn't.
turbocharges you.
Movement skills shouldn't work that way. Oh, we have a weaver.
Yeah, but it's fun. Please
I-
don't tell anyone. It's fun.
Don't tell anyone that
leave
we're
it be.
streaming this. I got you.
Just leave it be. It's fun in the game.
I mean, Daring Dragon was fun, guy.
Yeah.
Gunsaber Dragon Trigger 2 was fun. Okay, I gotta not be a downer. I promised. I promised, chat.
You
How
played
do
Did
you
that
like
at the
staff?
beginning.
Have you tried staff at all, or are you just sticking
Yeah,
on
staff
Mercenary?
is.
He's
great.
tried
It's
staff.
so
I
good.
have tried it. I think the numbers on it are juiced, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna get nerfed, but it was incredible. I was doing with my friend playing a staff and then Warhorn build, and I think it has way better synergy than playing with the Garter Ellie, because getting the burst heal right when I come out of Shrouds is so different and so nice to play with.
I like the idea of the charge giving you an ally unblockable stacks, but I kind of agree. I don't.
Oh, wait, is that what it does?
Yes.
I
If
was
you target an ally, it gives your ally. It's supposed to give 3. It only gives 1. It's bugged, or the tooltip's wrong or something.
It's okay. That's literally gonna do nothing anyway.
I like the synergy a lot, because between the warrior mobility and the sword mobility, we're just roaming around the map, getting so many kills really
Yeah,
fast.
it's the best roamer support. It really is. It's so good. I'm happy that
Interesting.
it gives unblockable, because warrior as a support gives unorthodox things as like its draw. Like you
Agreed.
give people stamina back to dodge. Like no one else can do that. So I'm happy that they gave warrior something unique.
Look
Yeah,
at those
I mean, it
projectiles,
feels very
man.
different to
Oh
play
my
with.
god.
Yeah, this is a normal animation.
It's so they get
So
bigger
funny.
too. Unlike
Yep.
Gunsaber when you charge or Dragon Trigger when you charge it, maybe one day, but it's so cool looking.
It
It
is.
seems easy to counterplay with how. I mean, they're cool and they're big, but you can see exactly what you're doing.
Yeah, welcome,
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Bladesworn.
Yep.
If anyone stands next to a tree, they won't hit. A fence, they won't hit.
If they stand on the other side of a gravestone, like in my video, they won't hit.
Yeah, they won't hit.
We should take this tower. I think we're red.
Yeah, sure.
We have people
Yeah,
now.
I'm amazed that they gave it the ground-based projectile.
Let's go to the weirdest spot. I'm
First
amazed that
projectile
all of
I've
them are
hit.
ground-based projectiles.
I'm sorry.
It's weird.
I'm so sorry. It's awful.
Like even the ball. Is
Even
the-
the force skill, the ball is also that.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was just. It's not just
No.
like a AOE target.
No.
Wow.
Or the 5 is the, I think. Well, the one that you can recall is a ground-based projectile.
Oh yeah, that one definitely. That one sucks. I can't
Yep.
hit anything with this.
Yep. Welcome to Bladesworn Life.
But that's what I'm thinking. Like they might actually end up fixing how that shit works because
will.
of Necro.
Never.
They'll only fix
You
it on
don't-
Necro.
No, but Necro sword. You don't think them fixing on Necro will fix it for Blade?
No.
They'll
I don't.
fix Necro Sword like unique to that weapon.
Yes.
They won't fix
That's
all ground-based
so sad.
projectiles.
Oh no.
It's not gonna happen.
Nope.
Because ground-based
Ah.
projectile, even though they're the worst
Build,
projectile,
build.
they've been in the game since the beginning. Like
Build.
I can't imagine the spaghetti you'd have to untangle to like swap the
Let's
type or something.
stay optimistic. I hope they do. Let's say that.
I also hope they do. I'll be cannon slave or a cata slave.
Well, you can't give alacrity.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. I mean, you sort of can.
can.
You can. It's really hard.
Yeah, support warrior feels fantastic to play. I'm actually excited for the weapon to come out.
Is what's it called? The Guardian big charge Hadouken thing that is how Dragon Triggers should work. That you can like the charge you can save on the pistol 5. Is that a ground-based projectile?
Isn't it a laser beam?
No, the fireball. The 2 is the laser beam.
I don't know. It looked like a lot of laser beams, and it looked very cool.
Yeah, we'll see. I might go test
I don't
that.
see anyone using it though. It's very odd. Is it like bad or something?
Kashima in here was saying that it does nothing but burning, so it's really hard to get it to work. And that was what I was. So Guardian, the thing is, it does a shitload of burning, right? Unless you
Yeah.
spec into Dragon Hunter, which then you do Vuln and burning, and like cripple with a very specific build, it doesn't do any other conditions basically.
Oh, that's rough.
Like Firebrand gets a little bleeding on the axe, like you can use that on other skill like classes now, but then you have to take an axe. So
I
this
kind of figured it'd be better on Condi Firebrand than anything, because Condi Firebrand already has all the tools to skirt around the pistol's weaknesses.
It doesn't have mobility.
I mean, who cares when you have a reflecting bubble, a pull, burns, and a whole bunch of other things?
That's fair.
When you're the engineer, the blue engineer, what does it matter?
I actually thought that it would be really good on Dragon Hunter, like you mentioned, but because of that, you would actually have cover condis. But the thing again with having one type of burning, you run into this on, you know, the Hot Hands Berserker build doesn't run into this for other reasons, but unless you're applying like that in very specific packets of burning, the downside of constantly applying burning is it's also the most recently applied condition, which means it's also the most easily cleansed condition. So, is what it is, I suppose. It'll be cool for PvE.
So it didn't end up juicing up the burn build?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely noticed in PvP, I was not struggling against any burn guards because they weren't doing cover conjures.
I love that you can queue for actual competitive PvP right now by switching characters. It's so dumb. And to be clear, to people, the internet that doesn't understand sarcasm, I think that's dumb and it should be fixed. I don't love that.
Hey, at least they tried this time. Last time they just allowed it fully.
Oh.
Well, no, if you queue up, you can't queue ranked on beta character. You can make that exploit happen, which is pretty well known. It's surprising that arenanet doesn't know it.
I think they know it. I think it's just not a priority like Bladesworn.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think the last beta you could just straight up queue for ranked on a beta character. Wasn't any blocks in place.
Yeah, you could. I remember.
Yeah, because I only played ranked last time.
You didn't get credit because it would snapshot your account, but your friend that you were doing with definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a thing. I remember that. I'm glad they have these betas though, so thank you, Dane. The preview is cool, and you do have 4 months. Let's get some of this stuff fixed. Gunsaber cough.
I really hope all the skills, you know how they're the under construct. I hope they just stay under construction.
I hope one of them is still the shovel, the guy with the shovel.
Forever under construction. Hey, look, a catapult.
Be good that here's the cynical, obligatory cynical warrior joke. It'd be good if the warrior ones only stay that. Or they just change Gunsaber's skill icons to be that, but that's being mean.
You want to hear a
I like to have fun with stuff though. What?
I was on the forums today.
I'm sorry.
Someone said that unyielding dragon was a crutch.
I saw
for
that.
Warrior duels, like warrior v warrior.
You can't respond to those people.
It's like there's no hope.
I'm thankful that the one, in my opinion, I'm open to alternative viewpoints, but the one unbelievably bad take. You know, some people don't agree with me, and that's fine, and that's acceptable. The one catastrophically bad take, yeah, no, you don't. It's good. The one catastrophically bad take that I had on the Reddit post, which I was actually expecting way more. I did not think that it would do well at all. I just wanted one post, but thank you guys. Was I did respond to it because I think that responding politely to at least once to some people is okay, but other people took care of it for me. Let's put it that way. You know, like I said, I try to aim my energy in a positive direction. My build, class got baffling changes, so I just try to understand and do my best to provide constructive criticism. Whether or not it goes anywhere is really not my ball to field. Where is Sea Monster? Are you in space?
I was right next to you.
Oh, guy's in space.
Yeah.
I'm over here. I thought we were getting Bloodlust.
We can do that.
I was looking at my equipment panel.
I'm just happy I have my Axe Mirage build kind of back.
Is it are you using the rifle with it?
I didn't try.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
you're on normal.
I tried rifle, but yeah, it's the only comment I really have addendum to NG shortbow and rifle is I don't know why Ranger gets to be hybrid damage and the other ones can't just be built either way and then scale appropriately based on what stats you have. I always find that very weird, especially for classes like, I know why. Look, I know why the actual reason, but from a design perspective purely, I find it strange because things like Mesmer that don't have a support weapon, or Warrior even, if you have some power, I feel like you should be doing some power damage. It's weird that, again, I know why, but it's weird that Ranger gets everything and a unique buff and stability and heals you and does damage in an AoE, but we'll see. Got 4 months.
But they are green,
Yeah, true.
which is... I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
I'll say I like Mesmer Rifle more than I like NG Shortbow.
NG Shortbow looked really cool.
NG Shortbow looks like mash all of your skills, trigger them,
Yeah, I'm gonna be
repeat.
the only one that thinks so, but NG Shortbow has more play style than any.
So here's
it's
the...
more Grandmaster.
Yeah, obviously. Everything does. My cereal box does, but like...
Oh, but just the models that they did for the pylons that come down from
Yeah,
the
it's
sky.
good.
Those
It's
are
good
cool.
effort.
I like
Good on the 200 artists. They did a very good job. I agree.
I like it, yeah. It's pretty cool.
So, the problem that I have with NG Shortbow, I was saying earlier, is they've really designed themselves into a corner where they're intending all of them to be unblockable, which means they can't add damage back to them because they're either unblockable and usable in World versus World, as seems like is the intent, or it's unblockable and, as seen with Bladesworn, you need that unblockable function to exist, or else the weapon doesn't work to do what it's supposed to do, in quotes, so you can't add anything to it ever. Because I have a feeling that for PvP they wanted to take away the unblockable, not the stun. They just...
Wait, there's stun on it?
What?
There's stun on those?
So, no, I meant for example, with Dragon Trigger. I would guess that they actually wanted to take away the unblockable for PvP. But they knew that would be so catastrophically stupid, they had to take away the stun. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they're terrified of heightened focus double stun channel, right? Somehow.
The unblockable would have been less significant than the stun.
I know. I just think they can't.
Why not?
Because I don't know if the game works that way mechanically. I don't know.
Fine.
Is there anything that's unblockable in one game mode that isn't in another? Because I know there's ammunition that differs. We have these, by the way, guys. We're red. Go take this keep. Oh, we don't have supply. Let's go take this camp.
I have 20. 20 in a dream.
It'd be how it do.
I have 0. I'm gonna go pick a split. I forgot to grab some from the tower.
It's alright. Probably run for a little bit more. I'm just trying to think of a skill that's just unblockable in one game mode that is blockable in another. I don't know if they can literally separate that via game mode.
I mean, for this one instance, do you really have to? Is there any other skill in the game as telegraphed as Dragon Trigger? It's literally short of having the Melandru PNG from Necro Shroud Fear. It has everything. If you get hit by Dragon Trigger, it is your fault. It is the most honest, big attack in the game.
And according to several forum comments, it one-shots you. I offered that...
Divider does more damage than Dragon Trigger does.
I mean, it's impressive. Corona Burst was one of the worst. It's impressive to
Corona
make something
Burst.
worse than that.
I offered
Dude.
that guy 500 Mystic Coins if he told me his build. He could tell me a build that I could one-shot him on. In either
I think
game mode.
The only way to one-shot with Dragon Trigger is overcharge cartridges.
I don't think it's possible. Unless you're fighting a Harbinger that already has
If
max
you're
blight
fighting
stacks and they have
an
0
elite with
blight.
no toughness
Oh, we're going
and
north.
You have overcharge cartridges, full berserker, and you land a crit, maybe.
I don't think so.
I still don't think you do.
No.
There's no way.
Even if they're trying to kill themselves, I don't think it's possible.
I have 25 stacks of might. It doesn't do as much damage as you think it does.
No.
It's the follow-up damage that does it.
What stat combo for power? I don't know, dragons?
Dragon, Marauder, Berserker.
I clicked on a mix of Sentinels and Berserker.
That was a
Yeah,
mistake.
buddy. Do it.
Oh, hello?
We're
Already
in
doing
here.
this, yeah.
Yeah, we're in.
We didn't even have to do anything.
Hold out the card.
Dragon? I'm gonna look at Dragon.
Dragons is better Marauder, but you have to build for precision, which might be hard on a Necro.
if you have a way to get crit chance in your build, then just take
Vision Sigil helps
I
with
don't
that.
know how much crit chance is necessary with the life. It's based on lifesteal.
Yeah, that's so. This is the thing that terrifies me about Necro Swords is that's true damage in this game. Damn, we're the best. Necromancer lifesteal is true damage, so it ignores armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And historically, I mean, this is something you talk about, but they've kind of abandoned. Is Warrior versus Necro has been a good matchup, but the one thing that Warrior has is a high armor value. So armor is effectively even more useless than it already was with the introduction of this weapon.
Armor is useless in that matchup anyway, because it's not armor value that dictates the favor of the matchup.
I'm just saying it's a very interesting balanced discussion where it's like, okay, should this ignore armor and how much weight should we put on that for scaling purposes, right?
Armor value's only use is for determining how resistant you are to chip damage. That is it. It's not gonna win you fights unless you just have the soft cap for toughness and you're just a thumb that no one can put down. Most of the time, it's just protecting you from chip damage.
I was gonna say, I think damage reduction, even with the additive to multiplicative change, I think that is more effective for that.
Yeah. Because mostly your evading, your blocking, your skills, your positioning is going to determine who wins more than your toughness. It'll help, but it's not the end.
Well, part of me wonders that if the introduction of Necro Sword, and if they're going to do more lifesteal true damage things, in quotes, if that isn't an indirect buff to Vitality for the game. I mean, it's not, because Vitality is almost as useless, but I'm trying to think of macro, change one thing, it affects other things sort of deal, right? Because sometimes, if your character gets 0 changes and everything else gets nerfed, then your character got an indirect buff, right? Like, there's a lot of Killer Instinct. For example, to use a fighting game example, Killer Instinct is a really, really cool fighting game that I'm terrible at, but I really enjoy their balance discussions, and after 10 years now, they're actually doing one more patch to kind of tweak stuff, which is for the 10th anniversary, which is kind of cool. But a lot of the characters are just getting a lot of nerfs, right? And there's very few characters, like Orchid is one of them, Jago is another one, where they're getting just a couple but very big significant buffs. And then there's a bunch of characters that just aren't getting touched. And it's almost, the characters that aren't getting touched are actually getting buffs because everything else, their matchups are getting better, right? So I try to think of in terms of that, but it's really only Necro Sword, so I was just wondering if you guys had any take on that, but we'll see.
I'm curious as to... Because, like, the mobility on swords feels... I think it feels good. I haven't tried it yet, but
it's the 2-sword leap. The 2-sword leap from Warrior, but it's 450 range, but you can cast it twice.
Yeah. Well, like Sea Monster, you're not using main hand sword, so I guess never...
Yeah. I'm trying it. I'm using dagger, sword, and then sword, dagger.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. What do you think it improves any matchups for Necromancer swords? Or does it just make the matchups that are already easier, better? What do you think happens?
That's about it. I mean, I think I was running this janky build that I'm in love with the playstyle of, which is just dagger, vampiric lifesteal, blood magic. And it powers up that build a lot because it adds way more lifesteal procs that work with my traits. But it in general didn't feel like it fixed anything the build was weak at, which is any Condi spec, which is a lot of shit.
Interesting.
And I mean, I think the Relic of the Trooper was the main thing that helped that. This in general, I mean, it definitely helps me in duels and in 2v1s when I'm have a lot more sustain now. But that's all it really did. It just gave me more sustain. I feel like
that's weird.
It's
not
less
supposed
utility
to.
than the staff. I don't know if it's because of the traits, but I want to think it's because of the traits.
I actually kind of like the fact that it's that way, because it just gives you a tool already, and it's not just breaking all of the bad matchups.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it feels like it was a very
I'm gonna go
horizontal change. Really, the main thing it gave me was mobility, which I think is huge for this build, because this build, I mean, the build is focus on just
Why don't
being
you shoot
weaker
that?
as much as possible.
There we go.
And
We
I
did
think
it.
the main surprising thing about
Guy.
this to me is that I don't feel starved for Death Shroud, and when I take off Staff on any other build, I don't know how I ever get Death Shroud.
The
What am I
monster.
supposed to do?
Get
Yeah?
the catapult.
Where is it?
Back there. Guy,
I'll shoot
save him.
catapult.
No, you're the support. Support the catapult.
I'm not on support.
It's fine.
Oh, shoot our catapult. I thought you said-
It's
I understand now.
I
We
am
did
the
it.
cata.
alright, it's late. I'm the catapult
NPC
now.
armor. My cata.
I don't
Oh,
even
man.
have cata points. I haven't set my points yet.
You just roll
Yeah,
through
I
all
got
of them.
it.
Guy set his points on a beta character. Damn. Proud of you.
This is a beta character.
Oh, you came back on the real character.
Yeah, this is the real deal.
You changed your armor.
I've always had this NPC.
You were an
armor, so
Easter Power Ranger last I saw you.
I have many outfits.
Those aren't outfits.
They are.
I know. They should be.
Cool outfits. And now I have to find new outfits for all of my Blade Swarm because I'm not doing it. Like Dagger on Berserker, I'm not playing it.
Yeah, don't. Why would you?
Sad. Have
Yep.
a little memorial. Like stalkers have pictures of their targets.
So-
Just have a bunch of unyielding dragon tooltips with a stun on it.
I was gonna tell you. I told you I have a plan, and I really wanted to commission somebody who's better at video editing to me to just make like an ASPCA montage of all of the Bladesworn things that have been taken from us. Like set it to the Sarah McLachlan commercial. Getting more and more likely.
What's your god will bring the energy that we need for a video?
I know I have someone in mind. I'm gonna talk to them. Let's see. See monster. I can give alacrity. I don't think you can just auto charge it. Are you hitting the? Okay, you're hitting it. Thank God I put it in the right spot. I was wondering.
I'll give you emotional support, Sea Monster.
That's all you can do on Bladesworn now.
I mean, you can still get leg specialist to proc if you cancel out of your delayed boost that the other person can't dodge. But that's only one person.
Oh,
It's for a second, which is a quarter of the damage of a dragon's without anything else.
How are you triggering even with that?
You weapon swap it out to throw axe.
Oh, I see. So you really jank it.
It's trash.
Hey, that's my word. Oh man.
You're trash.
Yeah, I try. Try to not be. Try to bring a positive attitude as much as I can. To
No, if I was
things.
on staff, dude, I'd just be laughing. Staff on warrior is going to be so good. You
Hopefully.
don't have to do anything special. It's fun, it's easy, it's impactful, it's fantastic.
Heightened focus isn't.
Heightened focus. We're not talking about heightened focus right now. We're talking about warrior stick.
Don't you dare be positive on my stream. I'm kidding.
Warrior stick.
Positive about
man.
warrior.
No,
is
the warrior
illegal
stick's
here.
good.
Yeah, warrior stick's great.
I wish.
Warrior stick is very fun to play with.
Yep.
Dude,
I wish the 2 was a leap finisher, or the 1.
For the warrior ditto duels where it's just a bunch of sticks.
Yep. Possible. Definitely possible.
It's nothing but the water sound effect until we all get tinnitus and die.
I kind of wish that they'd leverage some of the healing on Bullet Catcher into while you're channeling it instead of at the end. Like over time while you're channeling it, because I think that's kind of crap for a raid.
I don't. I see what they're going for. Like if there's a boss mechanic that doesn't wipe but does a lot of damage, and you see it coming, but people that don't know how to walk left on Bone Skinner just refuse to dodge the AoE, you block the damage and then heal them because
Does it
they
actually
can't-
block for your allies?
I don't think it does.
It's-
It looks like it should though.
I think it only blocks bullets, right?
Well, it's a regular block if you
Is
don't
it?
cancel it with the auto attack chain, or the 2, or the 3, or the 4, or the F1, or breathing. As long as you stop attacking, stow your weapon, and use the 5, it will block everything for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's fair.
Cool.
Did I link the 2 builds that I was using? No, but I can. They should be in the description. I try to put them beforehand, so apologies I did not for this time. I was trying to be constructive with my day, and gym push-ups are hard. But here's the one that's the Axe Mirage. And if you want PvP versions of this, I will try to make those as well. And here is the Demon Queen one. I have not filled in the relics because they do not yet exist on the builder, but the first one uses Relic of Norris, the one that gains stacks and whenever you remove a boon. And the second one is using Relic of the Demon Queen, which is just, it's Relic of the Demon Queen. It's really, really borderline broken. So if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to sort of explain them, but that's what I'm trying tonight, and both seem quite effective. I still think it's... So, Guy, did you know about this interaction? The Relic of Norris one?
I don't know what that is.
So, one of the new relics they introduced, whenever you remove a boon, you gain a stack, and then when you get to 10 stacks, you go into God mode.
Oh, yeah, the mini rampage.
Right. It also gives you a stack every 3 seconds, so minimum every 30 seconds you're gaining stacks. But right, like theoretically, if you hit with a, Spellbreaker CC, for example, you can give yourself more stacks. And there's a 1/4 second cooldown on when you can accumulate stacks, so bubble just doesn't make you insta-pop 10, right?
Okay.
The thing with Mesmer, right, is they have a bunch of traits that give your phantasms boons, correct? Take
Sure.
my word for it.
I'll take your word for
There's another trait in Illusions where whenever your phantasm becomes a clone, or on Virtuoso's case, we have some people here, we probably want to fight this. Virtuoso's case, whenever your phantasm... Ooh, 3? Okay, I'll shut up.
You don't need to do that.
I do. I don't usually play this build. Oh, I should have been targeting the Chronomancer.
I wouldn't.
I was targeting a Reaper. There's too many here now. Oh
I
god,
agree.
this is a Zerg. This is some nonsense.
Run away.
Yeah, we could. We can try bailing.
Away.
See who lives.
Oh, and I got pulled back. I'm out.
That's fair.
I'm out. I escaped.
Me too.
I'm not out that way. I'm just dead.
Well, Sea Monster Sacrifice was valiant because we both lived. So, Relic of Norris, right? Whenever you remove it reads whenever you remove a boon from enemies, you gain a stack of this.
You get it from the healing skill, don't you?
You get it from way... You mean the Spellbreaker one? Yes, you do. When you remove boons from yourself, you get 1 stack because it has a 1/4 second
I
cooldown.
don't use peaceful.
Do you know what you also get it from? So this trait in Illusions, and they actually fixed it to work with all Mesmers, not just Virtuosos, because it didn't work with all Mesmers. It only would work when you Phantasm became a blade instead of a clone. Whenever you transfer a boon from your Phantasm to yourself when it becomes a clone, you also get a stack of this.
Oh. So you just farm stacks to get rampage.
Well, you can use it more to proc Rampage. But yes, because Mesmer still is very limited on its Phantasm generating tools. But things like Chronomancer that can double trigger Phantasms, very good with this. Things like if you build for it, Virtuoso, very good. I'm trying it on Mirage right now. Seemed pretty chill.
I'm taking their camp.
You take that camp, buddy. I'll be there in a sec. Just interesting, Mirage has a lot of really cool interactions. I like it.
Yeah, I'm happy for Mirage. I'd
Again.
like to see big red angry Mirage. Bigger, angrier axes.
It's extra funny because there's some counterplay to it because it doesn't make your clones bigger. It only makes you bigger.
Oh.
I mean, granted, you already have all the buffs on your bar, but still. It's kind of funny. Oh, you didn't teleport. I see.
No, I am a rat.
Oh, yeah. Went into stealth. I understand.
I used my warrior stealth.
Hot take, Flicker Step should stealth you. For 1 second. I think that would be sweet. I just want fun things, man. I'm not opposed to, again, this is... I would like to steer away from this, and I don't think anyone in my, small little community or watching this really takes this, but just because Ellie's getting cool things or Mesmer's getting cool things, I don't want them to not get cool things. That's unhealthy, in a healthy mindset in general for life. I just, when they take fun away from Warrior, as they, you know, successively have for so many years after Bladesworn, when you've been trying to play it for 2 years, it feels awful. So we're just going to play some other stuff for now.
But you know where they moved it?
The fun?
Yes.
To staff?
They put a lot of it into staff, then they added a pinch of it into the CC build.
Hmm.
Yeah, now your CCs do more damage, and you
Don't
can
care.
build a little extra toughness vitality.
Don't care.
I think you do, because you get boon duration, too. Come on, you like boon duration.
I would like functionality, but...
And blocking people?
I know, right? Let's get this veteran.
Alright.
I think you're cutting out. I'm getting this veteran, then we're going to try to take something stupid.
On my way.
Is it the veteran?
Yeah. I don't know if I can 1v1 this. Hang on.
Hold on, we're on our way.
I'll just...
Don't do anything rash.
I'm going to summon a clone. You're right, it's probably dead. This is a good experiment because I had the wrong food on. And I want to... Oh, I have the wrong food in general. It's all my
I just
cake.
remembered about food after you spawned. Dude converted me from a policy of overworlding without food.
Mm-hmm. Glad you fixed your computer, Sea Monster.
Yeah, me too. It's so nice. I'm just having a real computer.
Been trying to fix one of my porch laptops that died for question marks, so see if we figure that out. Can you win the 1v1? Oh, it's a 2v1. It's not fair. Alright.
He interrupted the 3v1 earlier.
True.
Why can't the staff just be out now?
Grab this. Grab this.
Yeah, they should just release into the game with the construction things.
Hey, at least they made new animations for staff.
Yeah, I
Some.
mean they have most animations.
The water splash is very cool.
Spice up our guildwars life.
Yeah.
We'll see how, I don't want to be cynical, but we'll see how long they reuse them for gem store stuff. I'm not bitter. We'll see. What's up, Aries? Welcome back. How are you enjoying the beta?
Mad fun. Where's all the guardians with pistols?
It's a better
Where's my
question. Where's all the
free
Ellie with pistol? That thing is juiced, but only for single target. The one thing I don't like about Ellie pistol is the chill field that explodes after a duration is unblockable and hits an AoE, and I think if they're going to stick to the one... I don't know if part of me is just bitter that it took or whatever it's called, Scorched Earth, but I think if they're going to stick to the one target thing, it should maybe have like a one target cap per tile it throws down or something, but that's probably me just being bitter about it. LE pistol seems cool, but again, the macro attitude I have with all of these weapons is I really hope this means they'll go back to old weapons and juice them up, and not just with numbers. Because Lord knows, not even just on Warrior, a lot of the old weapons need some tweaking. Not all the skills, a lot of them are really good.
It is really interesting the direction I took with making these like mini elite spec on the weapon set. That would be really cool for all weapons stack like that.
So while I have you guys here, what do you think's going to be the selling weapon-like thing for the next mini expansion?
I mean, I don't see why they can't keep doing this if they have more weapons to fill out.
I think I do, because they'd have to give Warrior something interesting. They're out of just non-magical stuff.
Or for veterans?
So to me, the new player thing, or the new weapon thing, and sorry, that was sarcasm, I was being a butt. To me, the new weapon thing hits both. Because, like, relics only appeal to veterans, right? Like, a legendary relic, who cares if I'm a new player? You need cat speed, sir? Unlock your cat.
Oh, no, I'm messing with my gear.
I mean,
I think they do new elite specs that correspond with these, but without the weapons.
veterans are already gonna buy the next one regardless of what releases if they keep increasing the quality of life of the old things. Like I know no one's gone back and tested all the bugs that they fixed in dungeons, but That was nice.
They will when the dungeon rush happens.
Dungeons have been really fun.
Yeah, I hope they
Playing a lot
keep
of dungeons recently.
polishing the core game.
It is. It's a good game. That's why I'm still playing it. Should we get take
I
the?
have a bot.
Nah, let's go south and take this keep. What
It's a great game, but I've been enjoying Guildwars 1 even more.
really? I'm talking.
Yeah.
Why is that? You finishing up things you didn't do?
Yeah, I mean, I just realized how little I actually completed as a kid. There were a lot of things I got bored of very quickly that I didn't do that now I'm loving. And in general, I kind of sucked at the game, so I didn't do any of the
There's
hard
a guy
stuff.
up there.
So now I've gone through like all the elite zones and all the hard endgame content, and it's really fun.
Can you lifesteal this wall? Is that what's happening right now?
Is that actually doing damage?
No.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Are you getting numbers? Oh, I have snap to target on because I'm playing my Mesmer build.
No.
Oh, please, that's
I'm just getting obstructed. What do you think is happening?
I don't know, man. It's a beta.
You're
You-
taking it down.
You used to be able to. Oh, hello, people. You used to be able to torch 5 over walls and stuff. It was great.
Oh yeah, I love when Torchfire is broken.
I genuinely, that one I didn't mind, and the holographic shockwave going up walls I thought was really cool. I actually really liked that.
They took down North Wall.
Oh, well,
Inside.
you know.
Oh.
We're
We
getting.
can have both.
It's okay. I understand. I'm gonna go back to licking windows as soon as I'm done with this.
Me too. It'd be so.
There's one thing that all warriors share.
Yep.
Wait, I am getting damaged.
That's how I get my moisture in winter.
It's more of a pastime for me.
Oh. Yeah, you need the moisture in New York.
I drink water.
We don't have that in New York.
Oh.
It comes with only.
I thought your bagels were made from the best water in the world.
They're made from something. Did you see that?
Because the water sucks.
Did you see that PC that Diablo 4 was giving away that had actual human blood in it?
No, thank you.
They didn't explain it either.
I don't. I don't want to. Even if I win it, I don't want to.
It was liquid cooled with human blood, and it was to, there's a blood shortage right now going on in the US, so you have good types, donate. Honestly, if you have anything, donate. If you have blood, donate. But your choice. Not going to push it on people, but to encourage people, they were giving away a PC as a raffle. I got 2 mystic coins from something. Interesting. Made
I'll
with
hold on to both.
actual human blood.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Better than the Quiznos cross promotion.
Still, no thanks.
Oh, buddy.
I'm kind of hurt that you thought that this was a beta character. What about this character looks beta?
The tag that says beta next to your name.
Are you looking at the right person?
I'm just messing with him. I don't know, man.
Sure.
Maybe the armor. Maybe.
This is premium armor. I got this weapon from
You
Asking.
can't, Maddie. I'm sorry.
Oh, yo, the next expansion can release
A lot of
view
restrictions
armor
on it.
feature.
New armor, you said?
No, have a view equipment button.
Few. Oh, so you can Fashion Wars people. Yeah. I mean, Sea Monster wants player
just
housing.
professional. I always want player housing.
I don't think it's a
They
bad
technically
idea.
promised it
I don't know.
back in 2011.
Player housing wouldn't be that difficult, I don't think.
I think they could just do mini guild halls.
They
Yeah.
already have mini build halls. There's no way it's hard.
I mean, I keep saying
that's
that.
not true. We're saying that.
Yeah. There's probably 18 different reasons and one non-reason that they can't do that. That'll arise during development.
Yeah, I can't imagine I can't imagine they didn't
Me.
think of it and then ran into some problem and tried to hide that.
I mean, they said mounts were never gonna happen.
Yeah,
Mounts
true.
obviously
That is
happen.
true.
We live in the good timeline.
They said Alliance
So,
was
I
never
mean,
going to
it-
happen,
housing
and they're
didn't
not.
happen.
It is still beautifully janky how they figured out mounts in this game.
I love
Yeah.
it. And every other game copied it, and it's great. It's good. Genuinely good. Just like the Wizards Vault,
think-
genuinely good.
The next expansion is gonna be going into Skyrim, and it's just gonna be the same thing, building the Skyrim house.
That'd be a good cross promotion. We haven't really had any, cross promotions other than the Quiznos mini. Oh, we should get supply. Main hand pistol for Mez, offhand sword for Ranger? Yeah, maybe. Offhand sword for Thief, more like.
Give Thief Greatsword already.
What?
Yeah, that Deep Greatsword can sell a whole expansion.
That'd be good.
Don't give anything else.
No,
to any
no
of
one
the
else
class.
gets anything. Yeah, Warrior loses Greatsword.
I give a Thief Greatsword.
Yep. But he stole the
He
Warrior's
stole it from
Greatsword.
Warrior.
Thief playing behind it.
Pretty much. Totally possible, honestly. But then they'd have to deal with Warrior Greatsword skills, and no one wants that.
They don't. Did you notice that the staff rush skill is just rush, but it hits more than one target?
Yeah, I
and
did.
It does about the same amount of damage.
I did. It's also on the 3, not the 5.
Yeah, it's on the 3.
It also has a shorter cooldown.
I'm happy. Yeah, the staff rush is Greatsword 5, but it hits more than one guy.
Yep, it also applies whatever it is, weakness or unblockable to your ally.
Weakness and I think
So-
cripple.
Here's interesting thing. I know what I think your opinion will be on this, but I could be wrong. One of the other top upvoted posts on Reddit is skills should not do different things when you're targeting an ally or enemy for PvE.
Why?
Oh, I wanted to get your opinion on it because I don't have a dog in that fight.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Who cares?
Because targeting an ally is really hard on Harvest Temple or something.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah.
Are you even targeting the boss? If you're a healer, do you really need the boss?
I
targeted?
sure as shit didn't when I was playing Alaxworn.
What big giga healer DPS numbers are you getting to where you don't have your ally targeted?
I was
Literally
getting
the
5k.
They want to believe, okay? Let them believe.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not invalidating other people's opinions, especially if enough
Yeah, it's not.
other people.
It's not like it's wrong. It's just I don't understand. I just have one person
Hello, sir.
the entire time.
I mean, that type of opinion bothers me because I feel like there was a huge influx of that sort of sentiment back in the day when there was a lot of very high skill ceiling, like, janky mechanics you could learn, and then they normalized almost all of them and took a lot of skill out of the game when it really didn't break much.
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
lowering the skill ceiling, that seems like a real pretty recent thing that just happened.
Ah,
I mean, they keep doing it, I feel like.
Yes, they do.
yeah, I'm kidding.
They do.
Where are these flame rams? We're just gonna auto this door. It's all right. I'll be the hero Gotham needs tag. It's fine. Batman to the Batman
You know what
fucked
else?
up team.
Hold up.
There's a guy dumping lava on us.
That's okay. We have Iron Hud.
That's good. We should also use your staff weapons to kill the guy that's dumping lava on us.
Dude, I wish. If I had staff, I would.
There's also a herald thing up there.
Ew. Okay.
That's
Hold
a
on.
problem.
I'll get him with my rampage rock.
Hang on. I'll
Oh, I can't hit this.
Got him.
No, I can't.
It's alright.
Now I'm dead.
Well,
No.
res him.
I'll
I'm busy
protect you.
getting out catapults on a controller. It's very difficult. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's worth it. It's worth
Oh
it.
my god. This calamity and I'm resing the wrong person.
I refuse to res the commander.
Go.
I
Res the
I started resing him and then refused.
Res the commander. Rude.
Easy. I forgot that shortbow pierces now. I
It
thought
does.
was gonna bother
It pierces and
Yeah,
explodes,
so,
unlike Gunsaber.
Because
Gunsaber.
I'm a Bladesborn, I can't hit that.
That makes sense because Gunsaber neither pierces nor explodes.
Yeah, it's not a projectile, my main man.
It's not. Go look at my post.
Just get that idea out of your head. Oh, yo!
Hmm.
That means Necro is closer to Warrior.
Yeah.
We're like the same now.
Pretty much.
I can share my Boolean algebra table on where ground-based projectiles work.
Yeah, pretty
Whoa,
much.
the fold.
I mean, unless they buff the numbers, I can't imagine
The
main
numbers
hand
are
sword being
irrelevant.
useful.
It won't hit.
That's true.
Like, it's...
Hey, Sea Monster, I'm gonna send you just the little snippet of what we're talking about. Hang on.
It's a Captain Crapface video about it.
Crabface
They
actually
did see,
commented on my post about this.
He
It's
showed,
interesting.
like, a video demonstration, and I don't have a capture card, so I can't.
I
It's
have
weird.
this in my video. Hang on. Guildwars 2 Reddit. I'll link it for chat as well for the people hanging out. I think this is still at least on the first or second page. Thank God. Up it down to the second page. It's tragic.
They also made sure you can't get that much mobility because the second leap puts you in combat.
I'm okay with
Takes
that.
it out.
That honestly would
Oh
be
no,
better
it's
for
very
warrior.
smart. It would be entirely busted to give Necro a double leap.
You say that, and yet,
Doesn't Ranger have double leap
Yep.
on sword? They both do.
Yeah, but Necro's like whole downside as a class for balance is that it doesn't have mobility.
Yeah,
and they keep getting
I
mobility.
think that. See, Monster, check this here. What can I put this? I'm gonna put this in Guild Wars 2 streams. You guys should be able to see this.
I feel like the second leap should do like a lot of damage because there's
It's pretty decent damage. Not
Ninjas for
terrible.
Thief? Yeah, I'd be okay with that. But this is what we're talking about, chat. The ground-based projectiles. This is a good example of how Necro Sword might suffer as collateral
It will.
damage.
100%. It's not an if.
When?
It is guaranteed.
Tis,
Tower's open.
tis a thing. I'm on my way, homie.
Ah, forget that sentry potion. New tower.
Put 200 hours of work into that video. I gotta get my posts out of it.
Yeah, I gotta get the.
Yeah, I gotta
it's
get
a
like
tower.
and subscribe. Don't do that. Only if you
I
want
love
to.
that part. Wow, the projectile goes up back
Mhm.
to look at box. Doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I love when the visual. At least for this sword, the visuals match. The visuals just don't go anywhere.
Oh, that's nice.
My orb sinks into the ground 90% of the time that I cast it.
I'm jealous.
Wow, they did not make it.
Oh damn, what's the guy, Berserker? Killed him in 3 hits.
Doesn't make sense. Berserker's actually good right now.
He's probably not on the stance build.
Dance build isn't good.
Stance build is
Oh, the invulnerable one? Yeah, for World vs. World, maybe. Yeah. I
Yeah,
know it.
it does.
Yeah.
it
Correct.
does decent damage. It's hard to kill.
Well, that guy has decided he does not want to fight and is a renegade, so he takes 0 damage. Alright.
Oh, he takes damage.
Hello, sir. He
Oh, he's back.
does not. He get imprisoned. Can I jank my way into this? Where is he? There he is.
Ready to go.
He was in this one. Or I must be following someone else.
Yeah, hopefully someone or something gets effort or something out of a guy in the community's compiled Bladesworn effort, because it's a cool idea. Just needs some help. Needs some help.
Wait, my blades horn? Wait, what do I-
You've
maybe
given me a lot of
one day-
mechanical explanations for how stuff works and stuff. So it's definitely feedback. And you also tell me when I'm being insane, which is more helpful.
When they get funding to hire the 9th balance dev, they'll get warrior fixes.
Well, I have a theory that they hired a third one, so one person could be in charge of each, like every 3 classes, right? But-
It's gonna be turns.
Right.
Like each of them are gonna come in seasons. Like right now, Ranger was the big touch up
Mm-hmm.
in all their pets. I think they're gonna cycle around to everyone.
It's optimistic, but
'Cause,
possible.
Like, they're not making blade specs. And they're releasing like expansions in parts.
I mean,
Like it's less of a workload.
it is. That's true, and that might. I prefer the X one just because I'm used to it. I played. If I open my PvP panel, even with all my Bladesworn play, I have played far and away more Mirage than anything, and this just juices my X build back up to being viable. Thank you for the compliment. I really appreciate it. I try to keep a positive tone and just give people information. That's all I can really do and ask. And if you're enjoying it, that's all I can ask, that you watch the horse shit. Pretty good.
Bro, can we talk about the aggressive onslaught chain?
What did they actually do? I thought they just buffed the duration.
They increased the duration and they gave you 2 stacks of might.
Right.
And they juiced the movement speed from 25
To 33?
30. That 2 might is so good.
How long is it?
Your CC builds actually.
How
do
long
damage.
is the might?
10 seconds.
What are you running it on?
I think. Yeah, 56 boon duration, so it's actually 12 seconds now.
Okay, so it's like 8 base, World versus World. But what, are you running it on core?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, core it makes sense. Berserker, I was gonna say Berserker has infinity might now, and Spellbreaker and Blades Worm
especially for
doesn't
Berserker,
matter
like,
for other reasons.
Aggressive onslaught
Right.
is, it's here.
Okay.
Like, before, you would always take Berserker's power because it's just better to have. But now you have your own little
That's
Jack
good.
Destroyer.
The worry that I have with aggressive onslaught and similar things in that line, I'm running out of catapults, is the same that I have with most things, where it's like you have to give up your healing and you're not taking defense. But if you run it on core, that makes a lot of sense because you get one more good trait line that isn't a specialization.
I mean, I'm still giving up defense, and I'm okay with that because arms gives me more access to fury. So if you're on Berserker, you can
How do you
take
heal?
To stop getting hit by big AoEs.
Gotcha. Well, if you're having fun with it.
I use my Bull's Charge really defensively.
Does this tag have no supply? Good. That's good.
Oh no, he's back.
One guy, man. He's the hero of
He's
Gotham.
back, dude.
The
Hit him
hero of
with a focus
Narnia.
bolt.
I don't have a focus.
What?
I don't have a legendary focus.
You don't need a legendary focus. Hit him with that white rarity goodness, man.
I don't have one of those.
Wait, does everyone not carry around a full set of white
No.
weapons?
No, I don't.
It's insane not to.
Yeah, dude, that's so weird.
We'll open some rares.
How do you some rares?
I never get the weapon I want.
You hear this guy? I bet you when he plays with the new players, he just one-shots
I have
everything
3
for him.
greatswords, if that helps. Nope, no
Does it have a
focus.
bolt?
Yeah, hang on. No, that's on the thief greatsword.
I don't want you to feel like diminished or anything, but my warrior has a legendary focus.
How did you equip it?
I made it just for the
Oh, for the minstrel? Alright, well,
yeah.
Nice.
I'll find one and maybe I'll buy one from the trading post. What focus should I go for? I should probably have one of those. I finally have a staff, although I bought the wrong
Bro.
one.
During one of your giveaway streams, just enter yourself.
Yeah, I could do that.
Totally rigged.
I don't have enough money to do another giveaway stream for a while.
It's
I post
totally
best.
not rigged.
Possible. Oh, did you answer me? Do you want any heroic codes, guy? I have a lot. I wasn't sure if you wanted new people to get into the game or friends or
Yeah, I
stuff.
have a new person that I got into the game, but I think he's on a little bit of a hiatus. I mean,
I'll shoot you a couple. I have
Well, just the one. I only have
okay.
the one
friend. Yeah, I understand.
I'll tell him to get on and put it in.
Well, it gives you a set of armor as well if you don't have heroic on your account.
I don't need heroic. Do you
course
see
you
what
don't.
I'm wearing?
Yeah, you have a noodle
Armor
stand.
at the
You're all
top
good.
of my list.
Ipos is the best. I just wish you could dual wield it so you could have 2 floaty books with hands.
I'm waiting for the
dual
dual
reading,
shield.
if you will.
Where's
That's
the
what
dual shield elite spec?
I honestly, when they announced Chronomancer, because their pitch for it was, or their teaser for it was, Mesmer's used weapons in weird ways. I thought it was going to be main hand. It was going to shoot laser saw blades. I'm not even kidding.
I'm a big Ripper fan.
Yep. And he meant, I think, Dead Space and not Jack, although he could have meant Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, the best video game.
No, it was Dead Space.
No, he
And what
meant
Dead Space
Revengeance.
2. Ripper in Dead Space 2 is not that great because all the rooms
I thought
are
it was
more
good in
open.
all the games. I could be wrong.
It's not.
Huh. I'm glad the remake of that did well.
I am too. I love it. I'm doing a pulse rifle only playthrough for fun right now.
Ah, so you're Slade, who's played Elden Ring 40 different ways.
It's a treat for beating my last impossible
Okay.
PB.
Hold please, I'm gonna buy a focus from the trading post.
Yeah, thank you. Make sure it's white rarity and no level requirement.
Hang on, do I have any limited use trading post things? Fuck.
Does
Hold.
any character come with any?
Family channel.
We have issues. That's a family word. Cynicism.
We were talking.
Oh wait, can I? Oh, it's Merchant Express on there.
Yeah, I was like, do you have any on your beta character? You probably get one, right? Oh, you can't mail it to me. Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I was in my. I don't carry them in my.
Hang on, I have
inventory.
12 unidentified blue items. Okay, that
Good
didn't
luck.
work.
I can't spawn a bunch of merchants though.
Oh, can you? I'll send you the money
See this
for it.
trail of merchants? No, not
No,
Black
that's-
Flag. Normal
I don't
merchant.
think they sell... This is the problem, chat. No, they don't. It's not a PvP merchant. Fudge. So I got everything but a focus. That's good. From the rare drops. Alright, we have 50 more, chat. This is the real gambling stream.
Ugh.
What is this? That's a longbow. Yeah, I gotta go over to Kick for this now. Hang on. Let me just move the stream.
About where the NFL, like what their revenue is concerning gambling.
I
'Cause
hate
was
that everyone
thinking
just
about
doesn't
that
care
the
about
other
that.
day. Like, but it actually surprised me. Gambling isn't a whole lot of the NFL revenue per year. A lot of it is TV channel deals, like
Just to-
YouTube or.
Oh, I know. And yeah, that's why it's impossible to watch it on anything but network television.
Dude, they pay so much money.
Mm-hmm. I'm aware. We had a whole unit on it, my marketing thing. It is absolutely insane. Did you know that the lines are the auto-generated? I got one! Huzzah!
Yeah.
The lines in the auto-generated things under the players are done by a truck full of a live truck doing like computer-generated garbage outside of every game, and it costs, no joke, like $50,000 to $100,000 a game.
We live in the future.
Yeah,
All I can
insane.
say.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay, Ares. We did it. We used science. I think they got through regardless without the focus, so they didn't even need it. I'm gonna put it in my shared inventory slot.
Wait, it's still not equipped?
No,
What are you doing?
we're in the tower.
Sea Monster, why are we with this guy?
Because I'm a big time streamer now.
That's
got,
true,
like-
you did a big giveaway.
I was really happy with the results of that. I know you were entering and didn't win anything, but no offense, I'm really happy that mostly new people won
I
heroic
had a
codes.
fun time.
Yeah, it was very helpful. Thank you.
You bet.
I'm also like 2,000 gold poorer now, but it is what it is. I'd rather give it to people.
That arcing slice did 10,000 damage on.
Interesting.
Please nerf Dragon Trigger.
Yeah, very important. Although I did look at the arcing slice tooltip in the builder, and that's a cool looking cat.
Hey, check out my animations straight
Yeah.
to the ground. I love
Yeah,
it.
man, they're so good. Welcome, brother.
It's like ping pong.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the real Guild
Welcome
Wars.
to the jank. We have t-shirts. Almost literally. We do literally have t-shirts, actually. Not for that. What was I gonna say? What were you saying? Fudge.
Hey, guy here.
Yeah, we just got stolen on, and I just got.
Interesting.
Oh, Jade Mortar crit me for 5,000.
So,
Goodness.
what is Jade? Isn't that a
It's the mech.
mechanist
Just
skill?
killed the- yeah, we killed
I
the
think it got
mechanist.
stolen on. Okay.
I legit thought it was steel because it dazed
Yeah,
me
fair
for
enough.
like a quarter of a second.
All right. So, what was I saying? Something. I looked at the arcing slice. I'm running back and going horizontal. Or do we have everything on this map?
Killing the skull yak slapper is important.
We could take their keep. They're not responding.
Beta yak slapper title.
I'll be back in a year. Yeah, he
I
has
have it.
that.
I don't have that. I downloaded this game 2 weeks ago. It's my big brother's account. He's letting me play on.
Nice. Thank you. You're very good. Harvest Temple in 2 weeks is quite an achievement, I gotta say.
Why'd you have to say anything when I put 0 years in there? Why are you
I know.
ruining my?
Because that was not an answer.
It was.
Not
Said
a
if
real
you have
answer.
left a year of in-game time, and Sea Monster can attest to.
Yeah, Sea Monster's
I
actually
have
only been
played
playing. He started today. I looked at the arcing slice tooltip for like the 80th time, and it does less damage than the regular sword F1.
It does let. It does what?
Its arcing slice does less damage than the like one-handed sword F1.
Oh yeah.
That's dumb.
Ever since the link shot debacle.
I don't think they should
Remember
buff
that
arcing
it's
slice.
great.
I think they should nerf the sword F1.
Why would you say that?
Because, you know, we can't
How
have
dare you.
anything.
Stop that.
It's design space.
Stop it.
I miss Arcane Slash. That was the one time I played Warrior.
I miss Arc Divider. I actually don't. I never
oh,
used it.
Arc Divider, that one. That's what it's called.
I just don't. I want to, again, I want the rationale for some of these things. I actually I don't have a dog in the Arc Divider fight either, but I know they nerfed it because it stripped Aegis and Zerg fights. However, I don't know why they didn't just nerf the power damage or the
Is that the
AoE.
reason?
Yes. Well, that's the reason my brain comes up with is because it hit 3 times.
I thought it was because it was an endurance check. Like if you didn't have 100 endurance, you were.
Because it was you have to double dodge.
I thought it got nerfed because you could get a like actual one-shot build in PvP with it.
See, again, this is why we need rationale in it, because we don't know. But again, Sea Monster, the thing is,
they're just cliff notes.
This is the part that it gets me, is they just don't take warrior or thief or engineer seriously. Literally, when they're doing the stream, by the time they get to them, they're a joke to them, and then it just feels like
it's that malicious.
No, I don't either, but it's just they don't take it seriously, intentionally or unintentionally.
I don't.
Bro, the Bladesworn changes were not.
But are you having fun with that projectile?
Yeah.
I do like how you can do your full auto attack chain.
I'm just trying to explain the
target.
emotional thing, I guess.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
it does. Yo, it worked. Your sword is literally gun saber.
Yeah,
it is. You didn't.
If you target an enemy and look away and use the attack, the wave shouldn't come out and it won't proc the next attack in the chain. I'm not joking. That's how it works.
I'm gonna try that on this.
Oh, so they have the auto attack with a different projectile. That's what you're saying.
I don't know exactly how the mechanics of it work, but it's like if you swing and there's a target in front of you.
Alright, so I'm gonna look at this sheet.
Hold on. I'm almost there.
Behind me. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
like run away and auto attack.
Where are you guys?
I can't do it. I can't even use it.
Wow. It's worse. It's worse than gun saber.
Oh, so
at
least it's consistent.
Oh, no, it'll turn me around if I stop.
Well, yeah, all skills do that though.
I have a feeling it's the Dragon Trigger 3 coding, but in the chain of the one.
I don't know.
Yeah, so even if I'm like, I have to be looking straight at it to even activate it.
Yeah,
No,
it's without the auto targeting Dragon Trigger thing.
So, like, here's gun saber. Like it allows you to go through the whole chain too, which is useful. But if you like look away, no projectile comes out, and I'm stuck doing the first attack.
Yeah, I can't even activate a skill.
I don't know why. Like
I have to be like, this is the farthest angle I can do.
Oh
Hey Taz,
God.
thank you so much. Appreciate it.
40, what is this angle?
Welcome back.
Not quite a right angle.
Yo, have you seen the delay on boost yet?
What now?
Oh,
Check this out.
we don't want to. I don't know if we want to go down that hole.
Ready? Dodge whenever you see the explosion like you normally would, right?
Okay.
You just got hit.
Wow.
It looks laggy as fuck, dude.
They literally just added lag to Dragon Trigger 2.
Nice.
Get the shit
Cheers.
off of me.
Have a good night. It's so bad.
Get this off of me.
All right, let's take this tower. Oh man, this is nonsense. Yeah, I'll have
What
the
a
builds
kick.
tonight in the chat. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the betas.
Yeah, this beta has been a lot of fun. I just want to get money. A little bit of gold.
Do you actually?
I mean...
What do you want gold for? Is it valid?
Nothing.
Okay.
Literally nothing, just to have it.
Okay, hang on. I got you.
I'm not a man with a
Real.
plan.
Hang on, I got you.
Oh, I probably should get the other legendary sword because Bolt looks stupid.
I like Bolt. I like the lightning effects on Bolt.
I like Bolt. I just disrespect it because I got it. It's one of the only things I got the precursor for, so I feel like I got it for free.
Yeah, I made it on discount too, just so I could have it.
Not bad.
Yo, the 2 mystic coins!
Yeah, you can have the
Thank
2
you.
mystic coins. You're welcome.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
For-
I like having...
I mean, I bought you a ramen stand that doesn't get you gold, but I figured that's about equivalent for modding chat the other day.
Where is it?
The ramen stand? You can't use it in World vs. World. It's a chair.
It's not
Oh
fair.
yeah, I have that.
Ramen stand's dope.
That's not fair.
I know. It's because there's an invisible chair. You can use emotes.
That's not fair.
Yeah, I know.
This looks pretty great.
But the invisible chair looks like you're, you know.
Why can't you shares war? So it'll be a prime opportunity to allow enemies. to
Literally
sit-
because there's an invisible chair.
Damn.
You can use the victory rock because it's a novelty. I know the communication that people invent when they're limited is a whole nother design discussion entirely. There's also a really interesting psychology experiment where you give people an open room and like 3 chairs and you watch how they rearrange their their space.
Alright, I just got that guy to myself.
Proud of you. I might try this in PvP.
If you still have a warrior, you need to play with kick. It'll put a smile on your face.
Kick and aggressive
Really
onslaught, you mean?
still?
Yeah, kick with aggressive.
I've never been able to get that skill to hit anyone.
Well, you might with
Hold
quickness, which you'll have
Hold
with
on.
kick.
Hold on, young one. What?
We could go duel, actually.
Nah,
No, you're afraid of the beta
entered
necromancer?
I entered a warrior-only tournament one time, and everyone PM'd me telling me how clueless I looked on that class.
I mean,
how to what?
how clueless.
Yeah.
We can tell you,
Like, I
we
had
can...
this freaking-
I don't know, man.
Okay. I'm sure they were all very
Yeah, they're
proud
Giga
of,
Chads, probably.
Dry.
I mean, most PvPers practice warrior 1v1s.
Yeah, but if you're...
I've played like 2 minutes of warrior in my life.
I understand that, Sea Monster, but also just from a psychology perspective, if you're DMing someone and telling them how shit they are, that's a you problem, not
Oh no,
not
it
a
was
them problem.
it was fully a joke. It was
Fair
all,
enough.
It was only my friends that
Just
PM'd
poking
me.
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's a warrior only tournament, the only bad blood is just for show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Every wrestling match needs a heel.
No, I think there was one warrior main in that tournament.
The guy and I gotta give you the secret berserker build. I'm not making a video on it. It's gonna get nerfed again. I'm done making warrior videos that aren't behind a Patreon of $1 or something. Dude, I'm so... I know I'm main character syndroming, but I'm so mad about Daring Dragon and just all of Bladesworn in general. It feels like every time I find a way to play it, it just gets destroyed.
It feels bad. It feels so bad.
I'm so tired of putting in the effort and the time to make videos for that, and then it's just like, nope. So we're done with those for a while, just to avoid that feeling, if nothing else.
I wonder if they looked at the data on who uses Daring Dragon and they just saw you two and they looked at your videos and like,
I
wow, we're
almost
gonna-
guarantee they looked at the here's the Bladesworn video and they took all of the actual criticism from it that would help fix the class and they threw it into a fire and nerfed the one trait that was fun.
I probably think they just looked at the analytics of how
It's all yeah, and
it saw that nobody used it.
also possible because the 5-bullet coating was done and it was an easy way to make it do less damage while giving alacrity in PvE. And that's the problem I have, is they keep sacrificing pieces of its anemic PvP kit instead of just nerfing Unshakable Mountain and removing tactical reload or doing something interesting with it to try to fix the class. Because the issue with Bladesworn last season was that its sustain was through the roof. And its sustain was through the roof because you could spam Unshakable Mountain. And if they had removed that or nerfed the sustain, would have fixed it. But no, they just dumpstered the few functional parts it had. Whatever. We'll see what happens with it.
Nothing. No one's gonna play it.
True.
Actually, no. People will still play it because it still has Unshakable Mountain and defense trait. Like, it's still really good sustain. And the people that were face rolling on their keyboard for Unshakable Mountain really don't care.
Because they made that easier by making the 2 and the 3 easier to cast.
Yeah, they don't care.
I know. I'm just trying to illustrate it for people who aren't Wandering Gun Samurai, because chances are you're probably not. There's a reason I'm playing Mesmer now. It's like the issue I have is, one, the biggest issue is the lack of communication of why. And the second issue I have is that it doesn't address the actual problem they were trying to fix, because as you illustrated with Sea Monster, it is actually a buff, it just actually feels worse to use, and they also didn't change the cast time of the other 2 skills. So it doesn't add counterplay, it keeps tracking the target, it actually makes it better, it's just not a mobility skill anymore. Which is weird. It also doesn't obviously nerf the sustain. Whatever.
What if it wasn't a change on purpose, and it's just server lag that only affects boost?
I honestly thought it wouldn't be in the patch notes because it wasn't in the preview. I thought it would not be in the patch notes, and I was like, am I just on drugs? Is there just...
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, probably. This whole thing is a hallucination. I just took a bunch of acid like 20 years ago, and I've just been sitting in a coma.
You know what really irritates me, what really grinds my gear,
Me?
is that Sea Monster doesn't play with us more.
He doesn't what?
He doesn't play with us more.
I know, right?
I've been playing so much Guildwars 1. I'm addicted.
Diemer was playing on a controller a little bit when we were doing Harvest Temple.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. What kind of loser plays on a controller?
I don't know. They probably don't eat glue though.
Dude,
I was
they
really
should...
considering finishing Harvest Temple on my Steam Deck.
It... If you
Hey.
can... You would have had...
Also, I just realized I'm dumb, and they did give Necro 2 leaps. If you cancel the second leap before it finishes, you
I was
lose
gonna
life.
say, I think there's a way to
You
do
don't
it.
get
I was
quick
playing
combat, yeah.
playing around with
I
it.
just didn't even remember that that was a thing in this game until just now.
Yeah, you can stow weapon it.
Yep.
Still cancel Gunsaber arenanet, which would be really useful because most of the skill animations suck.
Bacon.
Okay.
Just 4
Buddy.
minutes.
Swap.
I mean,
Specs.
it's not weapon swapping. You can escape cancel.
Oh. Maybe. I just want a
Which is
dedicated D-target
ridiculous.
button.
You can weapon cancel or weapon swap cancel some attacks, but then you have to escape cancel other ones.
Yeah, if you're just joining or catching the VOD, we're doing a mini little podcast. I am Pseudo, this is Guy, and this is Sea Monster. We talk about balance and critique a lot. But we're having some fun with the beta. Hope you are out there as well. Sorry, did you have something to add before I rudely cut you off?
Yeah, Sea Monster, look, you can kick them and hit them with hammer to knock them back twice, dude. And that's not even all. So, like, check this out. As soon as I get Rampage up,
Rude.
this supervisor's getting kicked 3 times.
Ow.
Just you wait.
It is.
Save.
Should kick that gathering node.
Oh, wait.
Show Roy who's boss.
Rehold is the right
I love that he
decision.
moved those.
Fighter.
Are you running full Selly, Sea Monster?
Of course not.
Okay, I wasn't sure because we seem to have the same toughness.
What's your toughness?
What's full Selly? 600 and 1,600. So my armor value would be... I'm gonna get this wrong. Selly gives you 639, I think.
I'm at 1,720.
Okay, you're higher than me. It just, you weren't in range, that's why.
I got him.
Karka Potion's too strong.
Hey, yo, try to
This is so
send
funny.
me over these 2 fences. Just watch. No, just like stand where I'm standing and try to shoot them over.
You see how it...
Yeah, they have no clip.
Yeah. No! Run!
I'm gonna kill you.
Go out.
Ah, crowd still.
I don't know what you did to the supervisor.
This is something they go like zigzagging all across them.
I could put on a Karka Potion, but it would eat my 6 gold utility food that I have to run on a Mirage because arenanet won't give me mobility, which is probably good. They really shouldn't.
Yeah, good.
I know, it's... Yeah, I should have to build for that, I agree. That's good balance. Not sarcasm.
Is it sarcasm or sarcasm?
Wait,
It's too
someone
late.
else-
Sarcasm.
Bring it closer so I can, oh my god.
Bro, I have to be up for a TV delivery tomorrow.
Oh, and I am also stuck on the first auto too when I do that.
We'll see when it goes not invulnerable if they can even... Are you even getting the invulnerable notification when you do that?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. So those
No,
are
not-
actually
not-
hitting.
Not
Now
anymore.
not. Yep.
It was only when it was in the middle of the thing.
Welcome
now
to
I
Dragon
am.
Trigger.
Oh, I'm getting it now.
Yeah, because it's actually leveling out. But like if basically the supervisor, if I'm here and the supervisor stands on the other side of the fence, you won't be able to hit them like I showed in that video.
Yep, nope. It's just a miss.
Yeah, it's great. I think it has to do with the fact that they normalized all the hitboxes and all the hitboxes are like actually ground-based and tiny or something.
Oh, obstructed. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Never getting old.
It's not. I'm happy my stupid Norris build worked out. Quite happy with this. I wonder if this Relic's in PvP.
Now I wonder how many people are complaining on the Necro forums about this.
I actually haven't checked the Necro forums. That's a great question.
I wonder if they've even noticed. I feel like Necro players generally understand the least about this game.
Oh, that's
Now hold on.
yeah.
They have a lot.
That's
to
a little
manage.
mean. I think King.
Hey.
I know what you meant, but King is a Necro player and he's very good at the game.
No,
So
I
there's-
think there's the good necro players understand a lot, but
Obviously.
I think in general, necro is one of the most popular classes, so there's a lot of people that
All right,
don't want to know.
I
Double
do.
kick.
Dang, the double kick did so much damage. Oh. I wonder if there's a decap build right now with that.
Maybe. Because he could take stomp and get him again.
Yeah. I've always wondered how viable hammer spellbreaker is to just be decap scrapper, but like actually good.
If you have daggers, it's fine.
Interesting.
I mean, the reason I became a necro main is because punishing the mirror matchup is the easiest thing
Yeah.
in PvP.
The reason I
feel
became
like
a
all
necro.
Really good necro players did not start as
It's a
necro
pretty
mains.
cat.
They started as something else.
A very pretty cat.
Each main, and then a guardian main, and then an Ellie main.
Yeah, they didn't start with Guardian.
I mean, that's a good thing though, right? You kind of do that. Like, I wasn't a warrior main for a while. I played crapload of necro and then a crapload of mesmer and then a crapload of warrior, and it's good.
I don't
Try
know.
stuff.
I clicked skills for a very long time, so like that didn't count.
King still
I
clicks
wasn't
skills.
good.
He was the best
Yeah,
person to raid.
I got second place at a tournament with the skill clicker.
I was gonna say, I don't knock it too much. I got top 250 with a controller. Granted, you know.
Not for anyone that's like, I click skills, I hate some guy. What?
Yeah, I should qualify.
When-
That's not what he means.
When I was clicking skills, I was terrible at the game.
Fair
Not-
enough. Thank you.
Alright.
So I click skills on a ranger, a guardian.
Do we have this? We
and
have
then
this.
warrior. And then
We
I
need to
click
take their
skills
key.
on warrior
It
for
needs to
2
happen.
years. I rebound my keys, and then here we are.
Okay, hold on a second. Do you have supply? Do you guys have supply?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. 15 is not enough.
It is.
It's really not.
It kind of is, though.
So, like, get more.
No. I feel like it's.
I know, right?
See, I've been. Since that point, I've been on this warrior. My total playtime is 8,000, like 8.7k hours total.
I don't want to answer
This
what mine
warrior-
is.
On this warrior, it's 7.6k.
What are you guys doing?
Enjoying the game.
Taking this tower.
Yeah, I know, right?
Here, hold on, I'll kick him.
Yeah, kick him off the edge.
Got it.
You guys are nuts.
When there's another warrior that has kick because he could kick him back and forth.
You know what's gonna be fun with the mesmer rifle? Dual mesmer rifle.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's gonna be some
Actually, though,
anime action fighting shit.
especially if you give yourself alacrity on something.
That's gonna be fantastic.
With like maybe Relic of the Warrior so you can get back into a weapon set or something that does damage. It's gonna be dumb.
Or teleport, just keep teleporting.
Yeah, I was
They'll
gonna say
give up.
chain pull people.
Yeah, they'll give up eventually. That's what thieves do, right?
Mm-hmm.
They become a literal stage hazard until you give up,
Rude.
and then they re-engage and kill you and will the
Underwater? No.
That's the social network pretty early.
We're not going to talk about the sweet underwater combat.
I think that's what they do for the next expansion if it's not elite specs, is underwater weapons for everything on land.
Hold on, I'll get these.
People have been asking that for years.
I know, and they know it's a lever they can pull just like Cantha. In case of game dipping or Gabe need to continue break glass, I think it's very, very possible.
How many of them do you think they're actually like saving features like that? So
I
they try,
think-
only
yes,
try
I
when
think-
they need to?
Well, I think that they always have a dartboard, right? That's kind of how we implement some things when I do at least web design is we'll have features that we want to implement, and then we'll have a list of things that are necessary. And then we'll have a list of, okay, this is possible at X if, you know, Y condition happens, right? It's like, it's kind of almost like how they got... We're gonna do something here. Hang on. We need to kill that cannon, so kill the cannon first. Yeah, get your rifle out.
My rampage boulder.
Yep, your rampage rock.
I think I
I've
won.
never gotten numbers this high in a gate. I feel great.
Proud of you. Put on
Got it.
minions and get even more.
That's good.
He shot me. I threw a rock and he threw it back.
He caught the rock.
Put
I
it in
still
the
want.
cannon.
warrior to have some kind of suplex, man. I think that'd be the perfect, like, physical elite skill.
It's kick.
It's kick. Kick is suplex.
Yeah.
Okay.
My shout hit.
I don't think so. Are your ground-based projectiles hitting?
Yeah, get your projectiles. Your ranged sword projectile.
I would love if Bladesworn just gets a rework out of all this, honestly. It doesn't have to be mine. I think mine has a lot of problems because it was unfinished, but I think there's a lot of really good suggestions.
Fine. They could have just changed the other two to be fun to play.
Hmm? I know. They could have nerfed the damage and the range on 2 if they had to, and then they could have buffed up the other ones and put them, added some fun.
Damage.
My game design friend actually pointed that out. Instead of taking fun away from the 2, they could have added fun to the other things.
It literally doesn't do damage.
I know. But they think it does, and that's enough.
25 stacks of might.
I know. Your damage is not on that build. There, at least. Oh, I killed the cannon. It is what it is. What is still killing me?
There's another one.
Oh, is there another cannon? Oh, it's up there. I can't hit that.
They're coming in.
Are they?
That's okay.
Are you gonna...
You can have 5 stacks of stability. That's rad.
Yeah, don't die.
Don't worry, I have the arms trait line on. I'm good.
Yeah, it's got a lot of sustain in it. That was sarcasm. I told I need to be more explicit
Do you?
with my sarcasm. Hard to tell.
So they got the burning oil.
That's a thing. Excuse me, chat. Sorry. We're fighting eBay. That makes sense. Good name for Emery Bay, honestly. I dig it.
Hi, how much distortion did you want to have today?
A lot. But he's down over here somewhere.
With staff and rifle, you can have 100% upkeep of the castle.
I believe that.
Not his friend.
Got him too. He's dead. But his friend can misform.
Kick.
Kick. Should have kicked the misform.
Kick.
Kick should be unblockable. No, it shouldn't. A bad, stupid thing I said.
Get out of that well so I can kick the shit out of him. Why?
Bye. Family channel. That's what it is.
He got up and just got arcing sliced.
Nice. Did it do like 2 damage?
It did 5,000.
I
He was
believe
below
you.
50.
I forgot that it does more damage to things that are below 550.
Got him.
Nice.
Kick.
Kick? You kick it?
Kick.
Oh, he rallied off something. What he rallied off of.
Oh no!
Going fast.
Kill him, dude!
I got you. We need to get out of here, though.
Okay.
But it's still that way. Sunbroke. Never mind.
Retreat!
Fight courageously in the opposite direction.
See? See how much they want it. A cat and regen. I'll fight you guys. Heck yeah, I will. I have to charge my mantra because I was just on a cat, you know, but I'll fight. I have the superior legendary, the one that looks like a scythe.
I caught him in my grab 5. There we go.
Nice. The one that doesn't render?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I love that skill. Some guy. Oh, there's more than I thought. Kill this one down guy. I think only one of us will rally, though, because it's world versus world. Damn. That was okay.
I'm not Berserker.
Ah, darn. That was fun.
Rip.
I'm proud of that attempt. I'm good at calling it on that. We had a lot of fun. Talked about some stuff. Is there anything you guys want to add other than the betas weapons are fun? You should go check them out.
They are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you should go check them out.
Get them while you can.
Because they won't be back till February. Anyway, I'm Pseudo. This is Some Guy. Say something so people can differentiate if they stayed. That's the reward they get. Oh, you suck. Some Guy and Sea Monster. We'll be back for more of this nonsense. Have a wonderful night, chat. Stay strong. We'll see what happens with the game. I hope you... And if you have any build questions, feel free to ask. I'm always down to disseminate and give some of my knowledge to whoever's watching. Thank you so much, Lavi. Hope you're enjoying the game. Hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is there. Enjoy your holiday.
Before you leave, hold on. Zoom your camera in. It's important.
Zoom my camera
Alright,
in. Okay. It's important. And I will see you in Tyria. Cheers.